You're listening to WQEE 99.1 FM, The Key in Noonan, Georgia, home of Braves Country with Mac Magee and the Armchair Quarterbacks, weekdays, 3 p.m. Eastern to 5 p.m. Eastern, right here on The Key and YouTube.com at Braves Country. Braves Country today. We're talking Southern sports. We go live 3 to 5 weekdays right here on WQEE. Braves Country today. Southern sports talk with the voice of Braves Country baseball, Mac Magee. Joined every day from sports analysts from all over Braves Country, talking college football, the NFL, Major League Baseball, and what's trending in the world of sports. Braves Country today. We go live 3 to 5 weekdays right here on WQEE. Hey, Braves fans, I'm Mac Magee with Braves Country. We'll be right here on The Key all year long giving you Braves Country baseball, pitch by pitch, inning by inning of your Atlanta Braves. Make sure to catch Braves Country right here on The Key. We go live 3 to 5, and we'll keep you up to date on the upcoming schedule for Braves Country. That's Braves Country HD and Braves Country baseball right here on The Key. Lineup for yesterday by Ogden Ash. A is for Alex, the great Alexander. More goose eggs he pitched than a popular gander. B is for Bresnahan, back of the plate. The Cubs were his love and McGraw his hate. C is for Cobb, who grew spikes, not corn, and made all the basemen wish they weren't born. D is for Dean, the grammatical diz. When they asked who's the tops, said correctly I is. E is for Evers, his jaw in advance, never afraid to tinker with chance. F is for Fordham, and Frankie and Fish. I wish he were back with the Giants, I wish. G is for Gehrig, the pride of the stadium, his record pure gold, his courage pure radium. H is for Hornsby, when pitching to Raj, the pitcher would pitch, then the pitcher would dodge. I is for me, not a hard-hitting man, but an outstanding all-time, incurable fan. J is for Johnson, the big train in his prime, was so fast he could throw 3 strikes at a time. K is for Keeler, as fresh as green paint, the fastest and mostest to hit where they ain't. L is for LaHoy, whom Clevelanders love, Napoleon himself with glue in his glove. M is for Matty, who carried a charm in the form of an extra brain in his arm. N is for Newsom, Bobo's favorite Ken. You ask how he's here, he talked himself in. O is for Ott, of the restless right foot. When he leaned on the pellet stayed put. P is for Plank, the arm of the A's. When he tangled with Matty, games lasted for days. Q is for Don Quixote, Cornelius Mack. Neither Yankees nor years can halt his attack. R is for Ruth, to tell you the truth. There's no more to be said, just R is for Ruth. S is for Speaker, swift center field tender. When the ball saw him coming, it yelled, I surrender. T is for Terry, the giant from Memphis, whose 400 average you can't overemphasize. U would be Ubel if Carl wore a Cockney, but we say Hubble in baseball like football in Rockney. V is for Vance, the Dodgers' very own Dazzy. None of his rivals could throw as fast as he. W, Wagner, the bow-legged beauty, short, closed to all traffic with Honus on duty. X is the first of 2 X's in Fox, who was right behind Ruth with his powerful socks. Y is for Young, the magnificent sigh. People battled against him, but I never knew why. Z is for Zenith, the summit of fame. These men are up there, These men are the game. Lineup for yesterday, Ogden Nash, January 1949, Sport Magazine. Hey, Braves Country! Braves Country HD is bringing you Braves Country Baseball all year long. Hi, I'm Mac Magee. We'll be bringing you play-by-play, pitch-by-pitch, inning-by-inning of your Atlanta Braves. Braves Country comes to you every Tuesday night and Friday night, and 2 bonus games every week. Please like and subscribe to youtube.com/@BravesCountry. Casey at the Bat by Ernest Lawrence Thayer. The outlook wasn't brilliant for the Mudville Nine that day. The score stood 4-2, but with 1 inning more to play. And when Cooney died at first and Barrows did the same, a pall-like silence fell upon the patrons of the game. A straggling few got up to go in deep despair. The rest clung to the hope which springs eternal in the human breast. They thought If only Casey could but get a whack at that, we'd put up even money now with Casey at the bat. But Flynn preceded Casey, as did Jimmy Blake, and the former was a hoodoo while the latter was a cake. So upon that stricken multitude, grim, melancholy sat, for there seemed but little chance of Casey getting to the bat. But Flynn let drive a single, to the wonderment of all, and Blake, the much despised, tore the cover off the ball. And when the dust had lifted and men saw what had occurred, there was Jimmy safe at second and Flynn a hugging third. Then from 5,000 throats and more rose a lusty yell. It rumbled through the valley, it rattled in the dell. It pounded on the mountain and recoiled upon the flat, for Casey, mighty Casey, was advancing to the bat. There was ease in Casey's manner as he stepped into his place. There was pride in Casey's bearing, and a smile lit Casey's face. And when responding to the cheers, he lightly doffed his hat. No stranger in the crowd could doubt 'twas Casey at the bat. 10,000 eyes were on him as he rubbed his hands with dirt. 5,000 tongues applauded when he wiped them on his shirt. Then while the writhing pitcher ground the ball into his hip, defiance flashed in Casey's eye, a sneer cooled Casey's lip. And now the leather-covered sphere came hurtling through the air, and Casey stood a-watching it in a haughty grandeur there. Closed by the sturdy batsman, the ball unheeded sped. That ain't my style, said Casey. Strike one, the umpire said. From the benches black with people, there went up a muffled roar, like the beating of a storm waves on a stern and distant shore. Kill him! Kill the umpire! Shouted someone on the stand, and it's likely they'd have killed him had not Casey raised his hand. With a smile of Christian charity, great Casey's visage shone. He stilled the rising tumult. He bade the game go on. He signaled to the pitcher, and once more the dun sphere flew. But Casey ignored it, and the umpire said, "Strike two!" "Fraud!" cried the maddened thousands, and echoed answered, "Fraud!" But one scornful look from Casey, and the audience was awed. They saw his face grow stern and cold. They saw his muscles strain. And they knew that Casey wouldn't let that ball go by again. The sneer is from Casey's lip. His teeth are clenched in hate. He pounds with cruel violence his bat upon the plate. And now the pitcher holds the ball. And now he lets it go. And now the air is shattered by the force of Casey's blow. Oh, somewhere in the favored land, the sun is shining bright. The band is playing somewhere, and somewhere hearts are light. And somewhere men are laughing, and somewhere children shout. But there is no joy in Mudville. Mighty Casey has struck out. Casey at the Bat, Ernest Lawrence Thayer, published June 3rd, 1888. San Francisco Examiner. Braves Country today. We're talking Southern sports. We go live 3 to 5 weekdays right here on WQEE. Braves Country today. Southern sports talk with the voice of Braves Country baseball, Mac Magee. Joined every day from sports analysts from all over Braves Country, talking college football, the NFL, Major League Baseball, and what's trending in the world of sports. Braves Country today. We go live 3 to 5 weekdays right here on WQEE. Hey, Braves Country. Braves Country HD is bringing you Braves Country Baseball. Braves Country comes to you every Tuesday night and Friday night, and 2 bonus games every week. Hi, I'm Mac Magee, and we'll be bringing you play-by-play, pitch-by-pitch of your Atlanta Braves. It's free to listen. Please like and subscribe. YouTube.com/@Braves Country. Braves Country Baseball for the fans, by the fans. You're listening to WQEE 99.1 FM, The Key in Noonan, Georgia.
You're in Braves Country.
Welcome, y'all. Good evening on a Saturday evening, an Easter Sunday. Hope y'all have enjoyed the Masters. Hope y'all have enjoyed time with your family. It's time to get down to business for Braves Country Baseball. Atlanta Braves have a chance to gain some ground. If you missed it earlier, Marlins beat the Mets 7-2. And the Phillies, well, their bullpen woes are rearing their ugly head, as we all kind of suspected going into the season. They blow a 2-run lead in the ninth, 2-run lead going into the eighth, give up 1 in the eighth, Craig Kimbrell, 3 in the ninth, Dominguez, and they lose 6-4. So the Phillies are now 3-6 on the year. The Mets are 5-5. Marlins 4-6. As we take a look at the standings, what that means for the Atlanta Braves right now, we have a 1.5 game lead on the Mets, even after dropping the last 2. We have a 2.5 game lead on the Marlins and a 3 game lead on the Phillies, 3 game lead on the Nationals. That's your NL East update. So a win tonight could stretch it to 2 over the Mets and 3 Miami, 3.5 on Philly and Washington as we head into the second full week of Major League Baseball play. And we got a lot of stuff on the horizon. And if you look at the schedule coming up and you look at some of the guys that are going to be coming back, we're expecting on Tuesday night, which is a Braves Country Baseball game, we are expecting that Kyle Wright will take his Major League debut for 2023 out there on the mound at Truist Park, going up against the Cincinnati Reds. The Reds come to town for a 3-game set starting tomorrow. We won't be here for Monday's game, but we will be here for Tuesday nights and Wednesday night's game, and then we'll also be here later in the week for Friday night and Saturday afternoon. So once again, we'll bring you 4 games this week as we have this week, and we're at home against Cincinnati after this 4th game against San Diego, and then we head on the road, and that is in Kansas City next weekend. So Atlanta's got a lot of bumps and bruises on the injured list right now. We've got Max Fried on the IL. Kyle Wright, like I said, is expected to come off on Tuesday. Iglesias, who was supposed to be the closing pitcher to start the season, he is still on the IL. And it doesn't look like he has started throwing yet, so we don't know how long that's going to last. And then, of course, Travis d'Arnaud, if you missed that last night, he went to the 7-day concussion protocol. He got hammered behind home plate, so they're going to take all the precautions. He did have a concussion. It was diagnosed last night, so he's going to be on the 7-day IL. Chadwick Tromp is coming up in his place. And, of course, Michael Harris II is on the 15-day IL. So a lot of moving and shaking for the Atlanta Braves, and we head into tonight, and we'll go through the entire starting lineup. just before first pitch. But you do have Acuna, you do have Olsen and Riley and Albies all there at the top of the order. I'd say the biggest concern that I have is that right now the middle part of our order really isn't producing. And I do expect them to finally, get it going. It maybe it's tonight against Seth Lugo, who the Braves have seen several times over the years. As you remember, Seth Lugo, he comes from the New York Mets. He was a reliever pretty much his whole career with the Mets. He did do some spot starts here and there, but he's taken on a starting role with the Padres and pitched very well his first time out. So we'll see how he adjusts. I mean, right now he's coming in with 7 innings pitched and 1 earned run. His first time out, 7 strikeouts, no walks. But when you look at what the Braves have done against Lugo, Ronald Acuna Jr. has a 500 average. He's 5 for 10 against Lugo. Matt Olson is 2 for 2 with a home run. Riley, just 1 for 8, but he does have a home run. Ozzie Albies, 3 for 13. He does have a home run. Sean Murphy has never faced Lugo. Andy Rosario is 2 for 5 with the home run. So you got 4 guys in the lineup tonight that have home runs against Lugo. Bottom of the order has not fared very well. Ozuna, Arcia, and Sam Hilliard are a combined 2 for 15. And obviously, no one in the Padres lineup has faced Dylan Dodd in regular season play, this just being his second start. So I do think Atlanta has a bit of an edge. Dodd did not walk anybody his first time out, and you got to love that. And he did have 3 strikeouts. He scattered 6 hits. If you caught the game against the Cardinals, he was in trouble a few times. And this Padres offense will make you pay. So he's going to have to be crisp tonight. He's going to have to stay out of trouble. Now, the only advantage that Atlanta's had from dropping the last 2 games, they really haven't gone through the high leverage guys in their bullpen much. Last night, the Braves got out to an early deficit, and I didn't think Charlie Morton pitched that poorly, but the Braves just didn't hit. And Michael Wacha for the Padres was spinning a gem. And sometimes it's not necessarily what your batters are doing or are not doing. It's what the pitcher on the mound is doing. And Wacha, 6 innings, 10 strikeouts, only walked 1. He's had a very good start to the young season. And we all know Wacha, when he was in his prime with the Cardinals, was a very good starting pitcher. So he looked the part last night. But last night, we expanded the role of Danny Young when he came up last night. He went 1 and a third inning, got in a little bit of trouble, and then Yates came in. And Yates didn't pitch that poorly, but he did bounce the ball at the plate again. Now, this is 2 times in a row the Yates has come out there and bounced balls at the plate, and this cost the Braves a run. I'm not going to say it cost them the game, because let's be honest, we only scored 1 run, but it does make it a lot more difficult to come back 4-1 as opposed to 3-1 going into the bottom of the 9th against a very good closer in Hader. The other good thing is that we can look forward to in the positive tonight. They've used Hader the last 2 nights. And it's pretty rare to use your closer 3 days in a row this early in the season. So they won't tip their hand, but there's a good chance that Hader's not available tonight. And the Braves, outside of Morton, we used Dylan Lee for 2 innings, so he's probably not available. But Young and Yates were the only other 2 used. So, and honestly, Dylan Lee was coming in because he needed some work. So, though I don't expect Lee to be available, if the Braves have the lead, you're talking about being able to go to your guys like Anderson, like Minter. Litgay's pitched pretty well. So I do expect the Braves to get to Lugo and put up some runs. And so it's going to be up to Dylan Dodd to pitch a good game and then the bullpen to hold it. We're not going to do an extended pregame today because Easter Sunday, etc. Just wanted to get you kind of ready for the game. So, with all that being said, we'll step aside here, and it's time for Braves Country Baseball. Let's have a good one, y'all.
There's something kind of about a kid that's never played baseball.
If baseball is about caring, about loyalty and rivalry.
Baerga is 0 for 3. Left center field. Grissom on the run. The team of the 90s has its world championship.
There's a very peaceful thing. It was created and played in pastures and meadows. There's grass, there's outdoors, there's everything that people thought was American and feel about America. You get in a ballpark, and it's the wonder of walking through that dark tunnel and seeing a huge open space where men play the little boy's game.
I believe in the Church of Baseball. I've tried all the major religions and most of the minor ones. I know things. For instance, there are 108 beads in a Catholic rosary, and there are 108 stitches in a baseball. I prefer metaphysics to theology. You see, there's no guilt in baseball, and it's never boring. It's a long season, and you gotta trust it. I've tried them all, I really have, and the only church that truly feeds the soul day in, day out is the Church of Baseball.
Touch 'em all, Joe. You'll never hit a bigger home run in your life.
A room in right center. If he hits one there, we can dance in the streets. The 2-1. Swung line drive left field. One run is in. Here comes Brave. Here's the throw to the plate. He is safe. Braves win. Braves win. Braves win. Braves win.
You're in Braves country.
We're down to one strike here. Gurriel, the last hope for the Houston Astros. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swung on, bounced over to Dansby. Dansby fires it over to first. And here comes the dog pile. Fire the cannons in the battery. Do the chop all throughout Braves country. Pop that top. Your Atlanta Braves have won it all.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we once were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red bells bursting in air, it proved through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Hey, ball. Hey, howdy, hi, and how the hell are you? Pull up an armchair, girls and boys, and join us for Braves Country Baseball. Good afternoon, y'all. We are live, and the scene is where we're set to bring you pitch by pitch, play by play of your Atlanta Braves. Hi, I'm Mac Magee. Here are your starting lineups for today's action. Leading off for the visiting San Diego Padres, Xander Bogaerts and playing shortstop. Batting second and playing third, Manny Machado, batting .265 on the year. Juan Soto is batting third and playing left field with 2 home runs and 5 RBI. Nelson Cruz is the designated hitter and batting cleanup. He has a home run and 3 RBI on the year. Jake Cronenworth is batting fifth and playing first with 1 home run and 2 RBI. Kim is your number 6 hitter and playing second. Nola is behind the plate and batting 7th. Batting 8th and playing center field with 2 home runs and batting .242 is Trent Grisham, with Azakar in right field and batting 9th. Pitching for the San Diego Padres tonight, Seth Lugo, 1-0 on the year with a 1.29 ERA, 7 innings pitched, 7 strikeouts, and 1 home run allowed. For your hometown Atlanta Braves, when they come up to bat in the bottom of the first, leading off, it'll be Ronald Acuna Jr. batting .282 with 2 home runs. Matt Olson batting second and playing first base. He's hitting .361 on the year with 3 dingers. Austin Riley batting third and playing third, .313 and 2 home runs. Ozzie Albies batting cleanup, 1 home run and a .222 average with 4 RBI. Batting fifth is Sean Murphy, just 3 for 17 on the young season and 2 RBI. Eddie Rosario is in left field tonight, batting .190. Marcell Ozuna is your number 7 hitter at the designated hitter position, batting .083 with 2 home runs. And Orlando Arcia playing shortstop and batting 8th. He has 2 home runs, 4 RBI, and a .286 average. And Sam Hilliard is in center field, 4 for 11 on the young year for a .364 clip and 1 stolen base. And on the mound for your Atlanta Braves, it'll be his second start in the major leagues, his first in front of the home crowd, Dylan Dodd. He's 1-0 with a 1.8 ERA, a 1.2 whip, 5 innings, 3 strikeouts, and 6 hits allowed, no home runs or walks. We hope everybody has had a great Easter Sunday. Now we're ready for Braves Country Baseball. All right. Who's ready for first pitch of your Atlanta Braves? Braves Country Baseball coming to you. I hope everyone had a happy Easter. Whether it was wet or dry wherever you were at. And we'll try to keep you up to date on what's going on with the Masters, as it looks like John Rahm's going to walk away with that. He's got a 3-stroke lead, and he's about to close out the 17th hole. So it looks like John Rahm's going to be your Masters winner, listed like an unbelievable choke job, and we'll keep you up to date on that. So he just finished the 17th. He has a 3-stroke lead. How about Phil Mickelson making a charge today? We're getting set for Braves Country Baseball, and we are just moments away. And kind of talked about it here a second ago, but Lugo versus Dodd. I'm really interested to see what Dodd can do in front of the home crowd. He pitched well on the road. Sometimes it's a little easier to go out there on the road, even though he had a lot of family there. Tonight, different story. It's our first game in front of the home crowd and Sunday Night Baseball. So he's got a lot on his plate, and we just hope that he pitches well and gives us a chance to win this game, as the Braves have a chance. Mets lost. Phillies lost. And I know there's 2 other teams in our division, but let's be honest, those are the 2 teams that we are concerned with tonight. First pitch is going to be at 7:10, so we're just moments away from that. Braves are in their all-white home uniforms with the red letters, red numerals, Navy outline, Braves across the chest, and the tomahawk underneath, blue caps, red bill, and the white A. If you got a chance to see them last night, they wore the City Connects that are supposed to represent the uniforms that were, it's hard to believe, 49 years ago yesterday, Hank Aaron and the home run record. It's just hard to believe it's been 49 years. We're just about set. Dodd has taken his final warm-ups, and it looks like it's going to be a beautiful night for baseball. We had to dodge the rain last night. Didn't get a chance to bring you the broadcast last night. Had to work, but looks like we're going to get a good night for baseball tonight. And hopefully we can split this series. Then we got the Reds coming in. We're heading to the Royals. That's what we got on tap this coming week. We'll have 2 games with the Reds Tuesday night and Wednesday night. Have a special co-host with me on Wednesday night, and then Friday night and Saturday afternoon. The San Diego Padres are wearing their road tan uniforms with the pinstripes, San Diego across the chest in brown and yellow. And we're just about ready. It's baseball time in Braves country. And the first pitch on the way, it's a 90-mile-an-hour fastball right there inside for a strike, and it's 0-1. The 0-1 pitch swung on and grounded over to Ozzie. Ozzie has it, flips it over to first, and it's a 4-3 put out. So I try to straighten up the screen here for you. And there's one away. It's always here we go. Braves nothing, Padres nothing, as we're just beginning here on Braves Country Baseball. Appreciate you spending your Sunday evening with us. First pitch on the way from Dodd, lefty-righty matchup, and the first pitch is right there at the knees, taken for a strike, and it's 0-1. Good pitch by Dodd. The 0-1 pitch, high and tight and right on the plate. It's 0-2 to Machado. See a little bit of a different lineup tonight from the Padres, just a different order. The 0-2 swung on and hit high, but not very deep, playable in right field, and Ronald Acuna Jr. is on it, and there's one away. So 2 up, 2 down. Get those jitters out of the way for Dylan Dodd. Dylan Dodd, 6'2", 210-pound. Was drafted in the 3rd round in 2021 of the Southeast Missouri State. And now it's a lefty-lefty matchup as Soto comes to the plate, and the first pitch is off the plate, down below the knees, slider, and it's 1-0. The 1-0 delivery from Dodd. Swing and a miss right over the top. It's 0-2. The 0-2 delivery on the way right there below the knees. Thought he might have caught the part of the plate, but they're going to say he didn't. And it's 2-1. The 2-1 from Dodd. Kicks and deals right there, top of the zone, top corner shelf on the outer edge, and it's 2-2. So you had a 2-2 count. Juan Soto calls timeout. Braves nothing, San Diego nothing. Dodd trying to get a 1-2-3 inning to start it out. The 2-2 pitch swung on and rifled down the left field line, but plenty foul. Slaps up against the net. We'll do it again at 2-2. Braves Country Baseball. First inning, the 2-2 pitch swung on and hit hard right off the glove of Olsen. It's going to trickle into right field. Should be a single. Hot rocket just off the pocket glove of Olsen. And there's one on with 2 away. Hard hit ball. Olsen had to go to the ground and try to backhand it, and the ball, I thought he touched it. I think that he barely got a nick of it, but it was out of his reach. First pitch on the way to Cruz is a swing and a miss. It's 0-1. Slider just below the zone that Cruz swung over. The 0-1 delivery. Swing and strike 2. Quickly 0-2. The 0-2 delivery to Cruz on the way. Swung on and grounded up the middle. Ozzie's got it. He'll step his foot on the second base pillow, and that'll end the inning. Juan Soto playfully smacks him on the wallet, and we'll head to break. When we come back, the Braves will grab the bats, top of the order, heading to the plate.
Okay, you guys, look, I know this is none of my business, but I have to ask. What's Sheldon's deal?
What do you mean deal?
You know, like, what's his deal? Is it girls, guys, sock puppets?
Braves Country Today. We're talking Southern sports. We go live 3 to 5 weekdays right here on WQEE. Braves Country Today, Southern sports talk with the voice of Braves Country baseball, Mac Magee. Joined every day from sports analysts from all over Braves Country, talking college football, the NFL, Major League Baseball, and what's trending in the world of sports. Braves Country Today. We go live 3 to 5 weekdays right here on WQEE.
To protect his family from disaster, Steve used his camera phone. Done. By taking pictures of his important documents, Steve can always have them stored online. Learn more simple disaster prep tips at ready.gov. A message from FEMA and the Ad Council.
How to improve your dining room by the Home Depot. New wood floors, new paint on the walls. Sure, you know us for that. But how about a new dining room table, matching chairs, bar stools? How about free and flexible delivery with easy online returns? Now you can explore decor in a whole new way. Save now on furniture. Everything for your home. Everything from HomeDepot.com. How doers get more done. U.S. only, valid through September 7th. Limitations apply.
Baseball has these absolutely unique sounds. The sounds of spring, of summer, drift out across the fields. You know, the sound of the ball against the bat is absolutely extraordinary. I don't know any American male that doesn't hear that in the springtime and get called back to some moment in the past or summer days in the past.
You're listening to Braves Country Baseball on Braves Country HD. Please like and subscribe today. Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. The Atlanta Braves, San Diego Padres, Game 4 of a 4-game series. Braves took the first game and then lost Friday night and Saturday night with Schuster and Charlie Morton on the mound. Tonight it's Dylan Dodd. First pitch on the way from Lugo is a fastball inside taken for a ball by Acuna, and it's 1-0. The 1-0 from Lugo, ex-New York Metropolitan, right-hander kicks and deals and drifts inside off the plate, but home plate umpire Nick Lentz is going to say that was a strike. Kind of an iffy one there. It's 1-1. The 1-1 pitch on the way. High and out of the zone. It's 2-1. Braves nothing, Padres nothing. The 2-1 pitch on the way to Acuna as he kicks and deals and down below the knees. It's 3-1. The 3-1 pitch on the way to Acuna. And right there on the outer edge. Looked like it. That was a ball as well. Acuna doesn't like it. He's shaking his head, but he's going to have to go back and get back in the box. It's a full count at 3-2. The 3-2 to Acuna. And down below the knees, ball 4, and it is a leadoff walk to get the Braves going here in the first. Good piece of hitting right there by Acuna. He's typically first ball, fastball hitter, but he was very cautious at that at bat. First pitch on the way to Olsen fades outside off the plate. It's 1-0. As I mentioned in the pregame, handful of these Braves hitters have seen Lugo quite a bit and have good success against him. The 1-0 pitch, high and out of the zone. It's 2-0. 2-0 delivery. On the way to Olsen, swing and fouls it straight back. That's 2-1. Ronald Acuna Jr. dancing back and forth over there at first. See if he may try to go. Braves would love to get an early lead for the young pitcher Dodd, who all in all had a really good first inning. Lugo looks the runner back. Here's the 2-0 pitch down at the knees, called for a strike. Good pitch by Lugo, and it's 2-2. Tonight, you got Braves Padres Tuesday and Wednesday night right here on Braves Country as Lugo spins and flips the ball back over to first. Acuna back safely. We'll set it up again at 2-2. Tuesday and Wednesday night, there are no day games during the week this week. It's the Reds here on Braves Country Baseball. The 2-2 pitch swung on and hit hard over to first, and Acuna's going to stop in his tracks. Not sure what he was doing there, but Olson's going to beat out the play. So there's going to be a 1-6 put out, and then the 6-1 relay. Olson will switch spots with Acuna. Not sure if Acuna first thought the ball might have been caught or is looking to possibly get in a rundown. Nevertheless, it's 1-on, 1-out, and the first pitch is high and inside to Austin Riley. It's 1-0. So Tuesday, Wednesday night, 7:20 first pitch, Braves Country Baseball. So we welcome in the Cincinnati Reds. And then Friday night, 8:05 first pitch, the Kansas City Royals, 4:05 on Saturday. The 1-0 pitch, check swing foul out of play, and it's 1-1. Atlanta with an opportunity is the 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss, fastball outer edge, and it's 1-2 to the rake. Atlanta with an opportunity to gain a half game on the Mets and Phillies, who lost earlier today. Marlins beat the Phillies 7-2. Phillies lost to Cincinnati after having the lead the whole game 6-4. Pitch on the way, and fastball just off the plate, misses out of the zone. Evens up the count at 2-2. 95-mile-an-hour fastball from Lugo. The 2-2 from Lugo. Slider off the plate wide. We got a full count to Riley with Matt Olson standing on first. One away, and on deck is the switch hitting bat of Ozzie Albies. The pitch is on the way, swung on and popped up. Way out of play. We'll do it again. Fastball high in the zone. So he's been going up and down and in and out. Good placement by Lugo. The 3-2 pitch swung on and hit hard foul down the third base line. Plenty foul by about 5 feet. We'll reset with a full count, 3-2. The 3-2 pitch on the way to Riley, swung on, and it's a chopper over the mound, barehanded by Machado. He cannot get the grip, and it's going to go for an infield single. Would have been a tough play by Machado, though I'm sure he'll tell you that he's made that play 100 times before. Riley standing on first with a big smile. Will be an infield single for Riley. Olson moves down to second. You got first and second with one away in the left-handed bat of Ozzie Albies. Ozzie Albies coming to the plate, batting .222 on the year, a .256 OBP, .306 slug. The first pitch on the way is a nasty curveball at the knees on the outer edge. Might have been a touch low, but called for a strike, and it's 0-1. It's a pretty good pitch. Pretty good take by Ozzie. He would have done nothing but hit into a double play on that one. The 0-1 to Ozzie. Open stance from the left side of the dish. Here's the windup by Lugo on the way, right there at the knees. Another curveball, and it's 0-2. Lugo. 0-2 delivery, swung on, and swing and a miss, strike three. He had 3 straight curveballs, and Ozzie Albies is down on strikes. Kind of flailed at that last one. He might have doubted whether or not he was going to get that curveball 3 times in a row. I think it caught him off guard. So that'll bring Sean Murphy to the plate. Murphy swings at the first pitch, and he'll dribble it to short, and that's going to be a quick 6-4 put out at second base. That'll end the inning. Braves threaten but fail to score. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country Baseball.
He only has 3 rings.
ACC football covered like no other. Here.
The blitz. Touchdown, Florida State. Rock Preston scores the touchdown. And now it's Bowden's decision. And he sends Maury onto the field right away. Danny Cannell is the holder. Maury ties it. This game is over. A 31-31 tie. A 31-31 tie. A deep throw by Lawrence. A lot of contact. Justin Ross broke free from it. He's down in the end zone. Touchdown, Clemson.
If you're a fan of the ACC, pull up an armchair. You're home.
You'll do anything to stay healthy. So isn't it time to think about your water? Aquasana water filters remove contaminants other filters don't, like lead, bacteria, viruses, and pesticides. Up to 99% of 88 contaminants, while leaving vital minerals you need like potassium, calcium, and magnesium. Visit waterfilter.com now for pure, delicious water and the ultimate peace of mind. Aquasana, better water, better you.
Despite growing professionalism, the Pure game survived in thousands of small towns all across the country. Sam Crawford, who would one day become one of the best outfielders in the game, first played on a traveling town team from Wahoo, Nebraska.
I remember when I made my first baseball trip, a bunch of us from around Wahoo made a trip overland in a wagon drawn by a team of horses. I think there were 11 or 12 of us. One of the boys was a cornet player, and when we'd come to a town, he'd whip out that cornet and sound off. People would all come out to see what was going on, and we'd announce that we were the Wahoo team and were ready for the ball game.
Please like and subscribe today, youtube.com/@BravesCountry. Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. The Atlanta Braves, San Diego Padres scoreless as we head to the second inning. Jake Cronenworth will be your batter. Dylan Dodd back out there on the mound. And we get set for the first pitch from Dylan Dodd, and the first is on the way, and it is inside for a ball. 1-0, looks like a 90-mile-an-hour fastball. He can bring it up a little higher than that. He usually sits around in the low 90s. The 1-0 on the way. Swing! And fouls it down the third base line. Just fouled by a few feet. Lefty-lefty matchup. It's 1-1. The 1-1. Swung on and hit high and deep into right field. Going back on the track at the wall. Oh, off the wall. It's going to be a leadoff double for Cronenworth, who is just under the tag. Good throw by Acuna. He almost caught Cronenworth sleeping there. Cronenworth was just kind of chugging around, not expecting that ball to get back in that quickly. Nice throw by Acuna, made it closer than it probably should have been. So 1 on and nobody out. They're showing the replay of it. I mean, it is really close. I do believe he stayed in and stayed on the bag. Well, that'll bring up the right-handed bat of Kim, and he takes a first swat at the first pitch, and that ball is going to be off the wall. It's going to score a run. Here comes Cronenworth, and the relay got juggled and dropped by Arcia. Might have been closer if he was able to scoop it off the flag. It was a good defensive play by Hilliard, but it's 1-0 San Diego. Laid that one right out over the plate. So 1 on, 1 out. 1 on, nobody out. One in, and the first pitch on the way to the hind catcher Nola is a swing and a strike, and it's 0-1. 90-mile-an-hour fastball on the outer edge. The 0-1 delivery is off the plate wide. It's 1-1. Fastball to start the at-bat. San Diego 1, Atlanta 0. Just getting going here in the top of the second inning. Here's the pitch, swing, and fouls it back out of play, and it's quickly 1-2. The 1-2 pitch as Dodd looks in to get the sign from Murphy. Lefty-righty matchup. Here's the delivery off the plate wide. Slider misses. And it's 2-2. Standing on deck for the Padres is Grisham. The 2-2 pitch. On the way, swung on and fouled back out of play into the upper deck in between first and home. It's 2-2 once again. Dodd looks back the runner. The 2-2 pitch. Swing! And pops it up high and out of play once again over in that same area. Pitching him outside, it's 2-2. Nola batting 158 on the year. The lefty-righty matchup. Here's the pitch down below the knees. Taken for a ball, and it's a full count to Austin Nola. Full count, runner on second. Here's the pitch. Swung on and hit high and deep into left field, going back just before the track. That ball's going to die. Rosario's got it. He'll get it into the infield really quickly to keep Kim at second, and there's one away. When he first tagged that ball, it looked like it could be taking a ride, but just got underneath that, and there's one away. So lefty-lefty matchup here with Grisham coming to the plate, and the first pitch to the center fielder is off the plate wide. It's 1-0. Grisham batting .242, 2 home runs. The 1-0 swung on and fouls back, straight back, and it's 1-1. Braves in first place in the National League East. 1.5 in front of the Mets. 2.5 in front of the Marlins. The 1-1 pitch inside. Grisham tried to lean into that to get hit, but could not get far enough inside to get himself whacked by that one. And it's a ball. So a 2-1 count. Here's the pitch. Fastball top of the zone, and that should have been a strike. Another pitch blown by home plate umpire Nick Lentz, and it's 3-1. Top corner. You'll see it appear on your screen. It's right there. So a 3-1 pitch. Swung on and hit high and deep, but looks like it'll be playable. Acuna on the track near the wall, makes the catch. Kim will tag up and make his way to third, 90 feet away, but there are 2 outs. San Diego 1, Braves nothing. First pitch on the way. It swung on and popped up, drifting back into right field. Acuna will make the catch, and that'll end the inning. So San Diego puts one on the board, but the Braves stop them right there. They'll grab the bats when we come back.
You must have someone in your family that's a lawyer. Why, because I'm Jewish? It's like me saying, hey, you're Indian. Doesn't your cousin work in a call center? My cousin does work in a call center. And my cousin's a lawyer.
Lager, the beer that brought the forest down. I drive an exotic imported sports car. I eat exotic foreign food like frankfurters and pizza. But when it comes to numbing my mind, I'm a patriot. I drink the beer that brought the forest down. I'm a lager man. And with the new 80-bottle trunk pack, you've got enough for the evening. Hey, it's happy hour somewhere. Lager brings out the patriot in you.
Hey, where do you think you're going? Hey, man, Mike's studying. I don't want to bother him. Yeah, well, you get back in there and finish, man.
Well, see, in this house, people study when they're supposed to.
Good thing I'm not a member of this house.
Well, you heard of the extended family? Well, this weekend you part of one, which gives me the right to extend this belt to your behind if I feel like.
At Shell, we know from the time you get up to the time you wrap up,
Good night.
there's a lot of meetups, eat-ups, and hurry-ups. So come to Shell and get 3 things done at once. Fill up with Shell V-Power Nitro Plus, save up with the Fuel Rewards program, and snack up to save even more at the pump. Make the most of the stop you need to make with Shell.
Every little town out there on the prairie had its own ball team and ball grounds, and we challenged them all. It wasn't easy to win those games. Each of those towns had its own umpire, so you really had to go some to win. We were gone 3 or 4 weeks. We'd take up a collection at the games, pass the hat, and that paid our expenses, or some of them anyway. One of the boys was the cook, but all he could cook was round steak. We'd drive along the country roads, and if we came to a stream, we'd go swimming. Came to an apple orchard, we'd fill up on apples. If we were near some fairgrounds, we'd slip in there. If we were near a barn, well, Sam Crawford, Wahoo, Nebraska.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Atlanta Braves. San Diego Padres. It's 1-0 as we head to the bottom of the second inning. His commercials aren't nearly as annoying as your dopey comments, Tom. So there we go there. All right. First pitch on the way to Rosario is a strike right there at the knees, and it's 0-1. The 0-1 pitch. Curveball taken high, and that'll be a ball. It's 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Nice curveball by Lugo. It's 1-2. Good snap on that break by Lugo. One of his better curveballs he's thrown so far. The 1-2 from Lugo. Kicks and deals. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Fastball. Pipes it. Top of the zone. And there's one away. I think Rosario might have been looking for that off speed and just got that 93-mile-an-hour fastball top shelf, about letter high, couldn't catch up. Might have chased it just outside the zone, but with 2 strikes, hard to take that one. So that'll bring Marcell Ozuna to the plate, and the first pitch to Ozuna is down below the knees in the dirt. And Nola's going to toss that ball away. It's 1-0. The 1-0 pitch. Swung on and missed. And it's 1-1. 1-1 delivery. Swing and one and two. Marcell Ozuna batting .083. The 1-2 on the way to Marcell. Off the plate wide. That was way out of the zone. They expected him to go fishing into the other batter's box, and it's 2-2. The 2-2 pitch. On the way to Ozuna, off the plate. Now you got a full count to the Big Bear. Nobody on. One away. The 3-2, Lugo working really fast. And inside, ball 4. Good eye by Marcel. One nothing your score, Atlanta, with a runner on first now. Orlando Arcia to the plate, and the first pitch to Arcia swung on and hit high and deep down the right field line, but bending foul. A loud strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1 pitch to Arcia. Swung on and grounded over towards third. It's going to go for a 5-4-3. Just beat it out before the double play. So Ozuna sliding into second was out by about a half step. Arcia beat out the throw, slow developing double play. And that'll bring up the left-handed bat of Sam Hilliard. So Arcia stands at first with 2 away, and the first pitch misses outside wide. Curveball, and it's 1-0. Sam Hilliard batting .364, filling in for Michael Harris, who was on the IL. The 1-0. Curveball misses outside again. It's 2-0. Ronald Acuna Jr. stands on deck. Righty-lefty matchup. Lugo looks in, kicks and deals off the plate, just misses it. Fastball misses by a couple inches off the dish. It's now 3-0 to Hilliard. If you missed some of the transactions that has happened with all the injuries, is the 3-0 pitch right there. Fastball taken all the way. It's 3-1. Chadwick Tromp and Eli White have been added to the roster with the IL moves of Harris and Darno the last couple of days. Darno is in the concussion protocol. The 3-1 pitch. Fastball right there at the knees, intercut, and it's 3-2. So you got a full count. Runner will be on the move with 2 outs. Runner on first, 2 away. The 3-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Good pitch by Lugo. Fastball on the outer part of the plate, and that'll end the inning. It's a Braves threat, but failed to score. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
Bro, Blake, play for the love of the game, man. What's wrong with you, bro? Money should not be a thing. Bro, I'm risking my life. It's not worth it. It's not.
You are so going to end up in porno.
Stay locked in on Armchair Quarterbacks Radio. Always just moments away from the big play.
Here's Cunningham. Dodges left and puts it way downfield for Fred Barnett, who has the catch. And the race is on. There are no flags. A 95-yard touchdown.
The ball just over the goal line of the Cowboys. Dorsett, single setback. Big opening for Tony Dorsett. Look out, he's got great speed. 99 yards and a half. Dorsett down the sideline. Stays in bounds. Can you believe that? 99.5-yard run, I think, is the longest run in the history of the league.
Here's Cunningham back to throw it and going deep, and he's got Moss, and there's a flag on the play, and Moss has caught the pass and is in the end zone anyway. Touchdown. Just throw it as far as you can.
Randy Moss is amazing. Randall Cunningham is amazing.
Hi, this is Britney Spears.
What up, this Jay-Z.
This is Jennifer Lopez. Armchair.
In 1878, more than 8 million bats were sold in the United States, and players often rode to the ball field in painted carriages, singing team songs. Everybody had a team. At Orting, Washington, the Fats took on the Lean. Whalers, frozen in at Herschel Island above the Arctic Circle, played too, naming their teams the Hoodlums, Walruses, and Blubbers.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Atlanta Braves, San Diego Padres. Game 4 of a series that Atlanta took the first one. San Diego have taken the last 2. The Braves looking for a split if they can win this one. Then they'll welcome in the Cincinnati Reds and head out west to Kansas City on Friday. The first pitch on the way from Dodd is swung on and rifled up the middle by Bogaerts. It's going to be a leadoff single for the Padres. Good piece of hitting by Xander. 1 on and nobody out. So 1 on, nobody out, and that'll bring up the right-handed bat of Machado. The first pitch from Machado is swung on and sliced down the right field line, making a diving catch. Is Acuna, the ball just got underneath his glove. They're going to say that ball got down. I mean, it was close. He must have trapped it on the turf. Take a closer look here in a second. Full extension, that ball just from his outstretched arms. And if that ball does fall, Bogaerts was running on the play. He's going to make it all the way to third. Just underneath his glove. Rolled a little bit behind him, but if he makes that catch, missed it by just a couple of inches, Bogaerts going to be doubled up with ease. So now troubles are brewing. Runners on the corners. Nobody out. And here comes Soto. The first pitch on the way to Soto is a swing and a miss. Foul tip. Just got a piece of it. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Swung on and popped up. Out of play. It's 0-2. Padres 1, Braves nothing. An 0-2 count, lefty-lefty matchup. As they show that play again, it just hit the very front of his glove as he was stretching out, diving to make the play. The 0-2 pitch to Soto. Swung on and popped up. Can of corn. Should be playable for Arcia over at shortstop. The runners will have to hold as he drifted just past the infield onto the left field grass, and there's one away. So big out there for Dodd. He's not out of the trouble yet. Nelson Cruz comes to the plate. Big power hitting designated hitter. Oh, he's up there in age now. He can still swing that lumber. First pitch on the way to Cruz is a changeup on the outer edge, 84 mile an hour, and it's 1-0. Cruz had a soft comebacker up the middle last time up. That would help out Dodd immensely this time. The 1-0 pitch. Swing and fouls it straight back. And it's 1-1. The 1-1 to Cruz. Swung on and he gets all of that one. That ball is gone. A 3-run home run over the left field wall. Slider that Dodd just hung in the zone. About belt high right over the plate. You can't pitch a pitch like that to Cruz. 108 mile an hour off the bat, 432 feet. And the Padres are out to an early 4-0 lead. Young rookie Dodd quickly learning you can't miss like that up here in the bigs. Professional hitters like Cruz make you pay. So Dodd will go back to work. And the first pitch on the way, lefty-lefty matchup to Cronenworth, is a ball outside. It's 1-0. The 1-0 right there over the plate for a strike. It's 1-1. Dodd looks into Murphy, the 1-1 swing, and fouls it down the line. And it's 1-2. Good news is it appears Kyle Wright is going to be coming off the IL on Tuesday. And if everything goes according to plan, as the 1-2 pitch just misses off the plate, it's 2-2. Max Fried will be back next weekend. First day of eligibility to come off is a week from today. The 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike three. Fastball got him on the outer edge, and there's 2 away. So 2 away here in the top of the third. The first pitch on the way to Kim, who doubled his last time up, is down below the knees for a ball. Slider misses. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Inside, ball 2, 2-0. Still a long way to go in this one. And the Braves hitters have hit Seth Lugo well, so you'd think they'll get to him the second time through. The 2-0 pitch. Down below the knees, ball 3. So a 3-0 from Dodd. He'll kick and deal, and it's a fastball right there over the zone. 3-1. He's gone slider, fastball, fastball, fastball. The 3-1 delivery. Way off the plate, wide. Tried to throw a slider on the outer edge. Trying to get too fine and paint one on the outer edge down 3-1. He's going to walk Kim. So Kim heads down to first with 2 away. Austin Nola will come to the plate. Kranitz, the Braves pitching coach, is going to come out and talk to him. Go and hit the scoreboard real quick while that goes on. By the way, John Rahm did hold on to win the Masters. Looking at the scoreboard for today, as all the other games are in the books. Reds over the Phillies 6-4. Marlins 7-2 over the Mets. Red Sox 4-1 over the Tigers. Rays blanked the A's. They are now 9-0. Yankees 5-3 over the Orioles. Pirates 1-0 over the White Sox. Guardians and Mariners 7-6 in extras. What a series that has been. Brewers over the Cardinals 6-1. As we're back to the action. And the first pitch swung on by Nola is fouled straight back. It's 0-1. Astros 5-1 over the Twins. Rangers beat the Cubs 8-2. Rockies 7-6 over the Nats. Giants 3-1 over the Royals, rallying in the 8th. The 0-1 pitch swung on and fouled back out of play. It's 0-2. And the Blue Jays and Angels went to extra innings, 12-11. Diamondbacks beat the Dodgers 11-6. And that's your out-of-town scoreboard update. The 0-2 pitch from Dodd on the way. Fastball misses high and outside the zone. 1-2. Here in the third inning with 2 outs, and Dodd is at 53 pitches. Dodd flips the ball back over to first. Keep Kim close by. Kim sliding back in. Might have been leaning a bit. The 1-2 delivery from Dodd just below the knees. Good take by Nola. It's 2-2. That slider, you could argue, is right there on the zone. The 23rd pitch of the inning. Here's the pitch. And check swing foul. We'll do it again at 2-2. The Braves, bottom of the third, will have the top of the order up. The 2-2 on the way from Dodd, way outside. It's now 3-2. So getting up 0-2, he has now worked it full, which means with 2 away, Kim is going to be on the move. Kim has solid speed. He'll be running from first base. Anything that gets down in the gap is going to be a run. The 3-2 pitch swung on and popped up. Going to be fair caught by Ozzie behind second base. This is a high skyscraper. He'll make the catch, juggled it a little bit, but that's out number 3. So we'll head to break. When we come back, the top of the order for the Atlanta Braves.
Smoking, that's another one. Try to stop smoking. That's a beauty, huh? Well, with cigarettes, my wife and I, we made a deal, my wife and I. We only smoke after sex. I got the same pack now since 1975. What bothers me is my wife. She's up to 3 packs a day.
Here's the 1-2 pitch, and it is swung on and hit high and deep down the right field line. Is it fair? Is it? It is gone, baby! Ram-a-lam-a ding-dong, zip-boo-bam, a 3-run shot by Eddie Rosario. That thing looked like it was curving foul. And Eddie Rosario makes it 4-1 Atlanta.
Today we are talking about one of the worst offensive teams ever to win a World Series, the 1906 Chicago White Sox. The team owned the league's worst batting average and only hit 7 home runs the entire season. Only 3 of their everyday starters had a batting average over 250. Out of the 7 home runs they hit that season, Billy Sullivan and Fielder Jones accounted for more than half of them with 2 apiece. During a 3-week stretch in August, they went 19-0, while the other 3 teams ahead of them had a losing record during that same stretch. No one in the press dared pick the White Sox to beat the Cubs. Through the first 4 games of the World Series, the White Sox had 6 runs, 11 hits, and an embarrassing 0.97 batting average. Despite this, the series was still tied at 2. Game 5 would turn the series when the White Sox took advantage of an overflow crowd. Back then, when balls hopped over the roped-off crowd, they were considered doubles. The White Sox had 8 doubles in the game and won 8-6. In the last 2 games of the series, the White Sox would finally break through offensively with 16 runs and close out the biggest upset in World Series history.
Baseball is the very symbol, the outward and visible expression of the drive and push and rush and struggle of the raging, tearing, booming 19th century. Mark Twain.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. The Atlanta Braves, San Diego Padres. We're heading to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Atlanta trails 4-0, but the top of the order coming to the plate for Atlanta, Ronald Acuna Jr., Matt Olson, and Riley do up. The first pitch is inside to Acuna for a ball. It's 1-0. Acuna walked his first time up. The 1-0 pitch on the way right there at the knees, dropped by Nola, but it's a called strike. I'm sorry, that ball may have actually tipped his bat. It's 1-1. The 1-1 pitch as Lugo's back at it quickly. Swung on, and that ball is roasted up the middle in between the 4-6 hole, just left of the second base bag. Ronald Acuna Jr. on base for a leadoff single. Matt Olson coming to the plate. Don't go anywhere, Braves country. This game is far from over. That brings Olson to the plate, and the first pitch on the way is down below the knees. Good eye by Matty, and it's 1-0. The 1-0 pitch from Lugo So he looks back, the runner off the plate wide. It's 2-0. Austin Riley looms on deck. The 2-0. On the way off the plate, curveball misses. It's 3-0. So he's gone sinker, fastball, curveball the first 3 pitches. The last 2 on the outer edge. See what he dials up here. Nola sets up outside again. The 3-0 pitch down below the knees. Ball 4. Runners on first and second. Nobody out. And Austin Riley climbs into the plate. If you're just joining us, San Diego scored 4 runs. The big blow is the 3-run home run by Nelson Cruz. A slider that Dylan Dodd just left over the plate. The young rookie on the mound tonight for Atlanta. Atlanta's starting pitching, a mash unit at this point. They should be getting healthy, hopefully. Tuesday, Kyle Wright comes back, and next Sunday, they're expecting Max Fried to come back. First pitch on the way to Riley is a fastball rifled foul into the seats. It's 0-1. The 0-1 down below the knees. Good take by Riley. Sinker. Lugo was trying to get him to chase, probably dragging on the ground for a double play is what he was looking for. The 1-1 pitch. Swing! Hit hard on the ground, but plenty foul towards the third base dugout. And it's 1-2. Standing on deck is Albies. The 1-2 pitch swung on and grounded over towards third. Riley loses his footing, regains it, and it's going to be a 6-4-3 double play. So Acuna goes down to third, but now there's 2 away. That'll bring Ozzie to the plate. Coming out of the box, Riley kind of slipped a little bit. So there was no way he was going to beat that out. First pitch on the way to Ozzie is a curveball in the dirt, and it's 1-0. The 1-0 pitch. On the way to Ozzie, curveball right there at the knees, 1-1. If you remember last time up, Ozzie saw 3 straight curveballs and it ended up in a strikeout. He has started this at bat seeing 2 straight curveballs. The 1-1 pitch. Fastball misses the top of the zone. Did he go around? They're going to say he did not. Didn't look like that he did. It's 2-1. So you got to figure if you're Ozzie, you're going to be trying to sit on that curveball. The 2-1 pitch. Curveball misses off the plate wide, 3-1. Standing on deck is Sean Murphy. We'll see if Lugo's going to try to challenge him or just send Ozzie down to first. The 3-1 pitch. Curveball swung on and fouled off the plate. You got a full count now to Ozzie Albies. Ronald Acuna Jr. standing on third. There's 2 away. Sean Murphy on deck. Rosario in the hole. The 3-2 pitch. Fastball swung on and popped up. Fly ball into center field, not very deep, and Grisham will make the catch. So the Braves threaten again, but fail to score. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country Baseball.
Hitting is not about muscle. It's simple physics. Calculate the velocity v in relation to the trajectory t, in which g, gravity, of course, remains a constant. It's not complicated.
Now, who are you again?
Assistant to the traveling secretary.
You're the guy who put us in that Ramada in Milwaukee.
You want to talk about hotels? You want to win some ball games?
Hey, we won the World Series.
6 games.
And there's quickly 2 away. Just 7 pitches into the inning, and Freddie Freeman comes to the plate. Here's the first pitch to Freddie Freeman, hit high and deep in center field. It's going back. Zip, boom, bam, it's gone! The Braves lead it 5-4. Freddie Freeman comes through in a big way. He takes Josh Hader deep. The Atlanta Braves lead it 5-4. On the bat of Freddie Freeman, the crowd is going bananas.
In 1882, owners of Midwestern clubs left out of the National League established a league of their own, the American Baseball Association. Its games cost just a quarter. Its teams played on Sundays, and its ballparks sold liquor. The new Beer and Whiskey League drew bigger, rowdier crowds. The stands filled with working men and immigrants, not the middle-class, native-born fans who followed the National League. It was baseball's heyday. Competition flourished, play improved, attendance skyrocketed, and huge wood and iron grandstands were built in all the big cities. The 2 leagues staged an end-of-the-season championship for fans who could not get enough baseball.
You're listening to Braves Country Baseball. YouTube.com/@BravesCountry. Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. The Atlanta Braves, San Diego Padres, Sunday Night Baseball right here on Braves Country. We'll be back at it Tuesday night, 7:20 first pitch, Cincinnati Reds and the Atlanta Braves. Should be the debut of Kyle Wright on the mound on Tuesday night. First pitch on the way from Dodd to start the inning is swung on and hit high and deep into right field. And that ball is into the bullpen. It is gone. Dylan Dodd gives up another dinger. You wonder how much longer they'll have him out there. It's 5-0 San Diego. Now, sometimes these kids have to take one on the chin, but I don't think you want to ruin the psyche of a young pitcher. So 5-0 your score, and the number 9 hitter, Azakar, comes to the plate. He takes one at the knees for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1 pitch from Dodd swung on and missed. Strike 2. It's 0-2. The 0-2 caught looking, strike 3. Good pitch by Dodd. Good way to bounce back. Nice pitch by Dodd. So that'll bring the top of the lineup back to the plate. Xander Bogaerts takes the first pitch low for a ball. It's 1-0. Dodd now at 63 pitches. 1-0 right there for a strike. It's 1-1. The 1-1. Off the plate wide, it's 2-1. Standing on deck is Manny Machado. The 2-1 swung on and grounded over towards short. Arcia's got it, and it is a 6-3 put out, and there's 2 away. Xander Bogaerts, Manny Machado. A lot of money being spent there. And then you got to think about the fact that they're going to have to try to lock up Soto. First pitch on the way is swung on by Machado, and he's going to work it inside the line, and he's going to try to stretch a single into a double, and he is dead meat as Ronald Acuna Jr. comes up firing, and the pistol is smoking for out number 3. So an exciting play at the bag at second will end the inning. Maybe that'll put a jolt into the Atlanta Braves offense. We'll be back in a flash.
Being number 2, being number 4.
As that'll bring Austin Riley to the plate. Austin Riley had the big home run earlier. And Austin Riley, lifetime, is 0 for 2 against Treinen. In Atlanta, a single could win this game. Austin Riley stands at the plate. Peterson is on deck. Jock Peterson, by the way, is 2 for 4 lifetime versus Treinen. Here's the swung on, and it is roped down the line. It's going to rattle around, and oh, baby boy, here comes Ozzy Albies. He's going to score. The Braves walk it off in fine fashion. Oh, my word, the first pitch, and it is absolutely scooping it down the line. How about that?
Protect her home and family in a disaster. Karen was willing to wade through water, mud, and insurance paperwork.
Yeah, I can do this.
You go, Karen! Learn other simple ways to protect your home and family before a natural disaster at ready.gov. That's ready.gov. A message from FEMA and the Ad Council.
In 1882, William Hulbert died, and control of the National League and his old team, the Chicago White Stockings, passed to his second in command, A.G. Spaulding.
The magnet must be a strong man among strong men. Everything is possible to him who dares. Albert Goodwill Spaulding.
The railroads had Commodore Vanderbilt. Big Steel had Andrew Carnegie. Big Oil, John D. Rockefeller. Baseball had Albert Goodwill Spaulding.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. The Atlanta Braves trailing 5-0. The heart of the order coming up for Atlanta. So they'll try to climb back into it. What a great defensive play that was by Acuna to finish the inning. That ball went down the line, and he had a long way to run, and he just perfectly jumped on it, spun, threw it to second, and a good tag by Arcia as the first pitch on the way to Murphy is fouled down the third base way, and it's 0-1. Seth Lugo pitching pretty well so far. The 0-1 delivery from Lugo is off the plate wide. It's 1-1. Sean Murphy had not seen Lugo before tonight. Murphy 0 for 1. The 1-1 inside, ball 2. It's 2-1. Fastball missing just inside. The 2-1 delivery on the way and right there at the knees. Good pitch by Lugo. It's 2-2. Probably a good take by Murphy with one strike. The 2-2 pitch swung on and grounded right over to short. Bogaerts has it. He'll flip it over to first, and it's an easy 6-3 put out to start the inning. Murphy really has not hit that well to start the season. You wonder how much longer they'll have him in the middle of the lineup. Really feels like Arcia should be up higher, at least to start the season out. First pitch on the way to Rosario is swung on and hit hard into center field, but right at Grisham. It was an atom ball, and it's 2 away. San Diego 5, Braves nothing. 2 home runs given up by Dylan Dodd. 5 earned runs across the board. 8 hits. Atlanta just 2 hits on the night so far. The first pitch on the way to Ozuna is down below and off the plate, but they're going to call that a wide low strike, and it's 0-1. The 0-1 from Lugo. Curveball misses below the knees. It's 1-1. Lugo, longtime bullpen piece of the New York Mets. 1-1 pitch right there. Belt high for a strike. Curveball. It's 1-2. Typically worked in the later innings. Sometimes closing, but usually 7th, 8th. The 1-2 pitch. In the dirt. Curveball. Well into the dirt. It's 2-2. So 2-2 to Ozuna. Arcia stands on deck. Hilliard in the hole. Righty-righty matchup. The 2-2 swung on and rifled down the right field line. Will that stay fair? It is off the wall. Foul. Just foul. Ozuna. Good piece of hitting. Just couldn't stay fair. Probably missed the top of the wall to the right of the foul pole by about 5 feet. Just a little farther over, he'd be standing on second. 2-2 pitch to Ozuna. Lugo kicks and deals, swung on, fouled it straight back. It's 2-2. The 2-2 pitch. On the way, curveball off the plate, out of the zone, taken all the way by Ozuna. It's a full count now. Atlanta Braves 6-3 on the young year. First place in the National League East, The 3-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3, and it's a fastball on the outer edge, and that'll end the inning. 3 up, 3 down. Soto, Cruz, and Cronenworth coming to the plate.
Starburst! It's important to remember the value of taking time for ourselves to do the things that help us grow and explore, like learning something new. And now with the Great Courses Plus, it's never been easier to experience the joys of learning. The Great Courses Plus offers thousands of streaming videos that cover hundreds of fascinating topics, from World War II to choosing the perfect wine. And because the Great Courses Plus partners with world-class professors and experts, you're always receiving thoroughly vetted, high-quality content from every lecture. Plus, you can watch or listen anytime, anywhere with the Great Courses Plus app. Sign up for the Great Courses Plus today for a free month of unlimited access. Visit thegreatcoursesplus.com to get started. That's thegreatcoursesplus.com.
You don't slap me for telling jokes. That's unacceptable. And the thing is, Will, I love him, but he was, the happy-go-lucky before the slap, and nobody saw that coming, which was weird. 50 Cent have been going ham on Jada. He didn't slap 50 Cent. He slapped 50 pounds. Chris Rock can't defend himself. His hands don't even make fists. You ever see them little hands? He got like little back scratches.
Armchair.
Albert Goodwill Spaulding. He had been the finest pitcher of the 1870s. He learned his baseball from Harry Wright, who had paid him $1,500 a year to pitch for the Boston Red Stockings. In 1876, he left Boston for Chicago, lured by William Hulbert's offer of a $500 raise and 25% of the gate. But Spaulding had still bigger things in mind. At age 27, he stopped pitching entirely to become a full-time promoter of baseball and himself.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. The Atlanta Braves, San Diego Padres on Sunday Night Baseball. And Dylan Dodd's going to try to go back out there and complete inning number 5. Probably his last inning. First pitch on the way to from Dodd to Soto is a fastball right there for a strike on the inner edge. It's 0-1. The 0-1 changeup just on the inner part of the plate. Soto doesn't like it. He snapped back, looked at the umpire. Didn't like that at all. It's 0-2. Timeout by Soto. The 0-2 delivery from Dodd. On the way, swung on and hit high and deep into center field. Off the wall. Hilliard's going to get it back in, and Soto is safe at second. Closer than I expected that to be. Hilliard really is very good defensive center fielder. He obviously not the center fielder that Michael Harris is, but it's good to know they've got that kind of depth on the bench. Michael Harris already on the IL. Ball came very close to leaving the yard. First pitch on the way to Cruz, who did hit a home run his last time up, is a swing and a miss. Changeup down below the knees, and it's 0-1. The 0-1 to Cruz, and swung on and missed. Slider down below the knees near the ankles, and it's 0-2. Packed house at Truist Park tonight. Sunday Night Baseball. Appreciate you spending your Easter night with us. The 0-2 pitch swung on and popped up. Will that stay in play? Acuna gives chase, and it is going to be just out of his reach up against just before you get to the netting down the right field line over near the tarps. He had a long way to go. Acuna's been busy. Long way to go. There a lot of pitches being sliced down that line in right field tonight. The 0-2 pitch on the way, swung on, and that ball is hammered into left field. It's going to get down, and it is fair. Pops over the fence down the left field line, and it'll be a ground rule double. Just got inside the line by about 2 or 3 inches, then kicked over the wall. So it's 6-0. Is Atlanta. Dodd reeling. Just barely stayed in. By the way, really good catch by the young fan. Looks like a little girl made a catch off that hop. I don't know if she caught it or the ball caught her, but it was a great play. First pitch on the way to Cronenworth is a fouled off strike, and it's 0-1. The 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. 0-2. Lucas Litke warming up in the Atlanta pen. Runner on second, nobody out. Already 1 run in. I was a little surprised that Dodd was sent back out there as poorly as he's pitched. The 0-2 pitch. Down below the knees for a strike. Nope. They're going to call that a ball. It was right there. And it's 1-2. Nick Lentz has definitely not helped out Dodd's case tonight. Really tight zone. The 1-2 pitch. All right there on the outer edge of the zone. He's going to call that a ball too as well. And it's 2-2. mean, at some point, I wouldn't be surprised if somebody gets launched out of this game. It's a bad strike zone by Leinster. The 2-2 pitch swung on and popped up, foul back behind the plate, out of play. It's 2-2. Dylan Dodd. "78 pitches in. Here's the pitch in the dirt. Pops up behind home plate, rolls to the backstop. Runner will make it down to third, and it's now 3-2. Bad pitch by Dodd. Murphy tried to block it. He got out in front of it, but it was a wild kick to the left side of the plate that rolled back. No chance for Murphy to be able to stop that one. The 3-2 pitch swung on and fouled down the line. We'll do it again. Full count. Bad news is we're down 6-0. The good news is the Mets and the Phillies both lost today, so we'll be a game up on New York, worst case scenario. The 3-2 pitch swung on and fouled down the first base line. We'll do it again. This Braves offense can put a lot of runs together in a hurry. So it's not over yet, but it's getting late early. The 3-2, one more time. Swing and fouls that one back. Cronenworth shortening up his swing. He's trying to put that ball in play, trying to get that RBI home from third. The 3-2 from Dodd. On the way. Swing on and foul on. We'll do it again. It's 3-2. This will be the 11th pitch of the at-bat. The 3-2 pitch. And right there at the knees, called strike 3. Good pitch by Dodd. And it's out number 1. You got to look big picture when you see a young kid like Dodd struggling like this. If there's any positives he can take away from this outing, and it looks like that'll be it. He's got to be exhausted. Snicker's going to make a change. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
Yo, let me ask you a question. Where do you guys get those hats with the bills over the ears like that? The only ones I could find are the ones with the bills in the front.
No, it's the same. Just turn it sideways on your head.
Thanks.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Here's good news. There's still a need for hundreds of thousands of cybersecurity professionals in the U.S. right now. And My Computer Career is training people to help meet the demand. No IT experience? No problem. Take the free career evaluation today. Start your new life as an IT pro in as little as 4 months. Grants covering up to 53% of the cost are available to those who qualify. It's not rocket science. It's mycomputercareer.edu.
Braves Country today. We're talking Southern sports. We go live 3 to 5 weekdays right here on WQEE. Braves Country today. Southern sports talk with the voice of Braves Country baseball, Mac Magee. Joined every day from sports analysts from all over Braves Country, talking college football, the NFL, Major League Baseball, and what's trending in the world of sports. Braves Country today. We go live 3 to 5 weekdays right here on WQEE.
Albert Goodwill Spaulding. With $800 borrowed from his mother, he opened a sporting goods business. Soon he was manufacturing all the baseballs used in the National League. He then began making bats and uniforms, managing to persuade club owners that each position should have its own distinctive garb. The result was chaos. The team looked like a Dutch bed of tulips, a Chicago sports writer said, and the experiment was quickly abandoned.
You're listening to Braves Country Baseball on Braves Country HD. Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. The Atlanta Braves trail here in the top of the fifth. We got a pitching change as Lucas Litke is coming on, left-hander, to face Kim, the right-handed batter, second baseman for the Padres. He's 1 for 1 with the walk and an RBI. Litke came over from the New York Yankees in a minor trade in the offseason. The first pitch on the way is right there, top of the zone for a strike, and it's 0-1. Dylan Dodd will be responsible for the runner on third base. It's the 0-1 pitch. Right there for a strike. Good pitch. It's 0-2. Dodd threw 4 and a third innings, 10 hits, 9 runs, all earned, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts, and 2 home runs. The 0-2 pitch in the dirt, curveball, and it's 1-2. So 6 earned runs along with the 4 and a third innings. Also responsible for that run down at third base right now with a 6.75 ERA on the year. The 1-2 delivery. Top of the zone, just misses high, and it's 2-2. Standing on deck is the right-handed bat of Nola. The 2-2 pitch. On the way, swung on and hit high and deep into left field. Is that ball going to get out? Leaping at the wall, just out of his reach, a 2-run home run by Kim. Rosario leaped at the top of the wall there in left field, right to where the bullpen is. The ball just passed his outstretched glove. So 8-0 your score. And if you're scoring at home, Dodd will be charged for one of those runs. His ERA now 7.71 on the year. The ball actually did hit his glove, just on the outstretched part of his glove. Couldn't tell at first, but on the replay, you could see it just hit the fingertips. No chance of holding on to that. So that'll bring up the right-handed bat of Nola. Nola takes the first pitch high for a strike, and it's 0-1. Oh-1 pitch, strike 2, swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. He's gone cutter high. The 0-2 pitch is in the dirt, curveball, it's 1-2. One-two pitch from LL and down below the knees, curveball. It's now 2-2. So a 2-2 count, nobody on, 1 away. And right there, you got to call that a strike. Yes, sir. Caught looking. Backwards K, and there's 2 away. It's right there on the inner cut. Good pitch by Lucas. I know that's going to bother Rosario, that ball just tipping off the edge of his glove, but he extended as far as he could. Ball a heck of an effort just to make contact with that ball. First pitch on the way to Grisham is a ball down low. It's 1-0. The 1-0 from Lucas is curveball, misses outside and wide. It's 2-0. Here in the 5th inning, so about time to turn back time. 2-0. Right there at the knees. Cutter. It's 2-2. The 2-1 pitch swung on and hit high and deep into left field, going back on the track. This time, Rosario will make the catch, and that'll end the inning, but not before the Padres put a few more on the board. Braves will grab the bats and try to climb back into this one.
Hi, friend. It's your home speaking, and I need some favors. Could you turn on some of the lights in the basement? I'm scared of the dark. Also, this one is easy. Could you bundle your home and car insurance with Geico so we could save money? Last thing, just a suggestion. Could you steam clean the carpets? I need a spa day.
Geico. For bundling made easy, go to geico.com today.
Hey, Braves Country. Braves Country HD is bringing you Braves Country Baseball. Braves Country comes to you every Tuesday night and Friday night, and 2 bonus games every week. Hi, I'm Mac Magee, and we'll be bringing you play-by-play, pitch-by-pitch of your Atlanta Braves. It's free to listen. Please like and subscribe. YouTube.com/@Braves Country. Braves Country Baseball for the fans, by the fans.
How the hell can you wear a Bears jersey at a Packer game?
This is worse than when you wore the Air Supply t-shirt to the Aerosmith concert.
Like other captains of industry, Spalding crushed or bought out his competitors, becoming the largest sporting goods manufacturer in the country. Spalding Sporting Goods, its proprietor said, is converting all America to the gospel of exercise. Spalding ran his team and his empire from the private box he built for himself in Chicago's Congress Street grounds, fitted out with a gong to summon servants and a new invention, a telephone, to keep track of all his enterprises while he watched the game. Newspapers called him the baseball messiah.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. The Atlanta Braves, San Diego Padres. And we are headed to the bottom of the 5th, trailing by a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. The first pitch on the way to Arcia. It's called strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1 pitch is off the plate, down below the knees, and it's 1-1. Turn back time here on Braves Country Baseball, as we do in the 5th inning or thereabouts every game. The 1-1 pitch swung on, and that ball is going to be trickled up the middle. A leadoff single for Arcia. The Braves got something cooking, hopefully. 1 on and nobody out here in the bottom of the 5th. On this date, 1913, in front of approximately 10,000 fans who braved the frigid weather to witness a pitching duel, the Phillies beat the Dodgers 1-0, spoiling the debut of Ebbets Field. Given special permission, Brooklyn opens the season a day early to inaugurate its new $75,000 ballpark, which took 1 year to build. First pitch on the way to Hilliard is a swing and a miss strike, and it's 0-1. Curveball on the outer edge. Righty-lefty matchup. Braves trying to get something going here. The 0-1 pitch, curveball swung on, and that ball's hit hard up the middle, into the gap. And Arcia is going to go first to third. Hilliard's going to slam on the brakes and play it safe. Back-to-back singles have something going here for the Braves. The bottom of the 5th. This date, 1953. For the first time since 1901, big leaguers play baseball in Milwaukee. First game ever in County Stadium. The newly arrived Milwaukee Braves take on their former crosstown rivals, Boston Red Sox, in a preseason exhibition game. Ronald Acuna Jr. steps to the plate, and the first pitch is a curveball way outside wide, gets away from the catcher. Hilliard's going to scooch up to second, but Arcia will stay there at third, not worth the risk. The runners on second and third, nobody out. The top of the lineup for the Atlanta Braves. On this date in 1970, on the Dick Cavett Show, Paul Simon, as the 1-0 pitch to Acuna, swung on and rifled foul into the upper deck. So it's 1-1. On the Dick Cavett Show in 1970, Paul Simon on this date tells Mickey Mantle the lyrics to Mrs. Robinson would have been "Where Have You Gone, Mickey Mantle?" but explains to his favorite player as the 1-1 pitch is swung on and rifled up the middle, and they're going to have Hilliard caught in a rundown on the play. Arcia is going to score, but Hilliard is out on the fielder's choice. Acuna makes it down to first base. It's a little surprising, to be honest with you. I don't know if I could even blame Hilliard on that one, because normally up 8-0, you would go to first. Instead, Kim made the difficult throw over there. That ball gets away from Machado. You're opening up to a huge inning. So 8-1 your score. The first pitch on the way to Olsen is swung on and popped up, but thankfully out of play past the third base dugout, and it's 0-1. Paul Simon explains to Mickey Mantle on the Dick Cavett Show, "Where have you gone, Mickey Mantle?" would have been the lyrics, but explains to his favorite player, it's about the syllables, quote. It's about how many beats there are. The songwriter's well-known lyrics, as the 0-1 pitch to Olsen is way outside wide. Fastball misses. It's 1-1. "Where have you gone, Joe DiMaggio? A nation turns its lonely eyes to you." That was on 1970 on this date. 1-1 pitch. Curveball right there at the knees. He's had that curveball working today. On the play, Acuna steals second. Down 8-1. That might get frowned upon. We'll see what happens next time he comes up. So the 1-2 pitch on the way to Olsen, swung on and fouled straight back. We'll do it again at 1-2. I'm sure folks who have Ronald on his fantasy baseball team are happy about it. You got a 1-2 count, 1 out. Riley stands on deck. Olsen getting ready for the pitch, and fastball misses wide. It's 2-2. And on this date in 1993, Nolan Ryan, at the age of 46, becomes the oldest player to start and win an opening day game when the Rangers beat the Red Sox 3-1. The pitch is swung on, and it is going to be dribbled in front of the mound, jumping on his Nola. He'll get Olsen out on the play, and Acuna stays at second. Not sure why he stayed at second. I think he could have made it, but maybe just didn't realize the ball was actually staying fair. Either way, Acuna stands on second. 2 away, it's 8-1, and Riley comes to the plate. Austin Riley takes the first pitch for a strike down Main Street. It's 0-1. At the age of 46, Nolan Ryan becomes the oldest pitcher to start and win an opening day game when the Rangers win their opener 3-1 against the Red Sox. Previously, as the 0-1 pitch is swung on and grounded foul down the third base line, it's 0-2. Previously, Yankee southpaw Tommy John in 1989 at 45 years old had the feat. And that's your turn back time for April 9th in Major League Baseball history. The 0-2 pitch swung on and fouled straight back. Fastball on the outer edge, and Riley was just covering the plate there. It's 0-2. Braves finally on the board, 8-1. Acuna stands on second. The 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. Good slider by Lugo, and that'll end the inning. So the Braves put one on the board. We'll be back in a flash heading to the top of the 6th.
Look at Soto. He's kicked. He wants to throw the bat at the fan. Let him. That's his manager pulling him away. Boy, how bad is Jody Davis hurt?
A fan threw a beer at Mario Soto, and that incited him. He grabbed a bat and wanted to go after the fan with a bat.
I'll tell you the truth, and my wife and I, we never have sex. Now, we get undressed, we can't stop laughing, you know. But I'll tell you one thing, when my wife does have sex, she screams, ooh, especially when I walk in on her. Ooh.
Dread running to the post office? Stamps.com brings post office and UPS services right to your computer. Send letters, ship packages. Nearly 1 million small businesses use Stamps.com to save time and money. It's a no-brainer. So skip the post office and visit Stamps.com.
You're great! I can't understand why they hate you so much.
Spalding led his White Stockings and a pickup team of all-stars on a round-the-world tour to spread the gospel of the great American game.
We are up at breakfast early as we are to start at 10 o'clock for the pyramids. Camels and donkeys have been secured for the party. The ball players in uniform, as for the first time the Sphinx is to witness a game of baseball. After lunch, we have photos taken at the Sphinx and then proceed to play our historical game of ball with about 200 Arabs for an audience. They took more interest in the game than the average Englishman and did not once refer to it as the old game of rounders, you know.
You're listening to Braves Country Baseball on Braves Country HD. Please like and subscribe today, youtube.com/@Braves Country. Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Easter evening. Hope everyone had a good one. John Rahm won the 87th edition of the Masters, if you missed that, beating out Brooks Koepka by a couple of strokes. They're showing the race that took place during the break with the freeze, and the guy that was leading, I don't know if he was faking it, as the first pitch on the way from Lutgay is a strike. Outer edge, and it's 0-1. The 0-1 pitch. Excuse me, the 1-0 pitch fouled straight back. It's 1-1. But the guy running against the freeze passed him, and as soon as he did, the guy pulled up and grabbed his hamstring. The 1-1 pitch swung on and grounded over towards short. Azekar is going to be out on a 6-3 put out. Oh yeah, he was just goofing off. He knew that he had been beat, so he acted like he pulled his hamstring. I thought he'd actually done it at first, and then I realized he was just goofing off. So that'll bring up the top of the order. Time is called. No, automatic ball is called by the umpire. Not sure what Luke A did. I don't know if it was a pitch clock violation or if it was something else. But the count is 1-0. 1-0 pitch swung on and fouled back. It's 1-1. Scoreboard operators are still getting used to all the different signals from the umpire, so it took him a second to refresh that up. The 1-1 pitch down below the knees, it's 2-1. Two one on the way. Off the plate wide, it's now 3-1. Three-one to Litgay. From Litgay to Bogarts is inside, ball 4, and it's a 1-out walk here in the top of the 6th. If you missed it earlier, Odell Beckham Jr. joins the Baltimore Ravens. 1 year, $18 million deal. First pitch on the way to Machado misses inside, and it's 1-0. That's got to tell you there that they are not planning on bringing back Jackson. 1-0 pitch on the way, and that ball is smoked into right field. Acuna gets it back quickly. Bogart's almost caught sleeping, almost got doubled off at second, but got back in time. Had to. I think if Arcia picks that cleanly, we would have had a close play there at second. Acuna's arm has been on display tonight. He has made some very good throws. You know, Arcia tried to catch the ball and quickly dump it back to Ozzie from his glove to glove, instead just dribbled out in front of him. First pitch on the way to Soto is in the dirt, and it's 1-0. The 1-0 pitch. Lefty-lefty matchup. Lutgay kicks and deals, and it's down below the knees. Sweeper missing, and it's 2-0. Nelson Cruz, who's had himself a night already, stands on deck. The 2-0 pitch. Way off the plate, down below the knees. It's now 3-0. He's gone 3 consecutive pitches on the outer edge below the knees. Has not come close to any of them. Murphy jogs out there to have a quick conversation with Lutgay. He's down 3-0. 3-0 in the count. Game's already 8-1. Not sure what Murphy could be telling him that's going to help him a lot out there, but runners on first and second, 1 away. Cruz stands on deck. The 3-0 pitch. Down below the knees, ball 4. So all 4 pitches were down below the knees. 3 of the 4 were well off the plate. That'll load the bases for Nelson Cruz. Cruz, 2 for 3 with 4 RBIs and a home run. Lefty-righty matchup. Here's the first pitch, and it's down below the knees for a ball. It's 1-0. If you're just joining us, Cruz took Dylan Dodd deep on a 3-run home run early in the game. The 1-0 pitch swung on, and that ball is dropped into center field. It's going to get down. Hilliard gets the ball, gets it back into the infield, but 2 runs are going to come across the plate. It's 10-1. Runners on second and third come around to score. Hilliard just keeping Soto from going from second to third. No chance of a play at the plate. So 10-1 your score, and the first pitch on the way is taken for a strike by Cronenworth. It's 0-1. The 0-1 pitch. Off the plate wide. 1-1. We're back at it Tuesday night. Braves Country Baseball, Tuesday Night Baseball versus the Breds, excuse me. 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Cutter top of the zone, and it's 1-2. The 1-2 lefty-lefty matchup. On the way, swung on and popped up. Playable. Arcia's drifting back into shallow right center. He'll make the play, make the catch, and there's 2 away. Tomorrow, the Atlanta Braves welcome in the Cincinnati Reds. We'll have game 2 and game 3 of that series Tuesday night and Friday night. Tuesday night and Wednesday night. Tomorrow night, the matchup, as the first pitch is on the way, swung on and fouled straight back. Kim, he swung so hard his batting helmet came flying off. Tomorrow, it's Bryce Elder versus Graham Ashcraft. Ashcraft pitched well his first time out, as did Elder. The 0-1 pitch swung on and hit hard down the left field line. Foul. It's 0-2. All 3 games against the Reds are all 7:20 Eastern. We'll have games 2 and 3 Tuesday night and Wednesday night. The Braves get a much-needed off day on Thursday. The 0-2 pitch swung on and grounded foul. We'll do it again at 0-2. Then after the off day on Thursday, we'll head out west. The 0-2 to Kim. Off the plate wide, the sweeper missing. It's 1-2. We'll start a 3-game series with the Royals. 8 o'clock on Friday night, 4 o'clock on Saturday afternoon. We'll have those games. They play at 2 on Sunday. 1-2 pitch on the way outside the zone. Did he go around? He did not. It evens up the count at 2-2. And after that series in Kansas City, the Braves will then head to San Diego to face these same Padres a week from tomorrow. The 2-2, high and inside, it's 3-2. So a full count, runners on first and second, 2 away. Runners are going to be on the move. Murphy just motioned for all the infield to play back, not to hold the runners on. Probably shouldn't be holding them on anyways, up 10-1. Down 10-1, excuse me. The 3-2 pitch, swing, and fouls it out of play. We'll do it again. Braves will have a quick road trip out there at Kansas City, at San Diego. Then we'll come back home on the 21st to play the Houston Astros in a 3-game series in Atlanta. The 3-2 pitch, swing, and fouls it straight back. Do it again at 3-2. The 3-2 pitch from Lucas swung on and hit high and deep into center field. Camping underneath it is Hilliard. He'll make the catch, and that'll end the inning. Braves trail of 10-1. We head to the bottom of the 6th.
You come at the K, you best not miss.
1 strike they count to Gwynn, and the fastball inside, 1 ball, 1 strike. At first, second, and short. And Gooden catches the outside corner with a fastball. So it's 1-2. Curveball and hit foul down the left side.
Giving him an off-speed pitch that he can really handle with a man on third and the infield back, especially through the middle. It's like giving up the run.
Goes back to the fastball, and it's fouled into the stands. So
shortstop or to the second baseman.
And the fastball for a ball. It's 2-2. He hit fastball, and that puts the count at 3-2. As you pointed out, Rusty, he does not strike out often. Got caught looking yesterday. 3-2 pitch, and it's hit down the line. It's foul. 3-2. 3-2 curveball out of the strike zone. So Gooden wins that one.
This portion of the show is being brought to you by our mystery sponsor, a product that is so good that they're paying us to keep anyone from associating it with this program.
Just a bit outside. Ball 4. Ball 8.
On many a summer day, I played baseball starting at 8 in the morning, running home at noon for a quick meal, and again with fielding and batting till it was too dark to see the ball. These were times when my head seemed empty of everything but baseball names and figures. I could name the players who led in batting and fielding and the pitchers who had won the most games. And I had my opinions about who was better than anybody else in the national game. Carl Sandburg.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Yeah, I'm with you there, Johnny. It's been a brutal game. Braves trail 10-1. Ozzie Albies will be coming to the plate. Lugo is back out there. The first pitch on the way to Ozzie is a curveball well below the knees. And I mean, barely above the ankles, but that is called a 10-1 looking strike. And it's 0-1. The 0-1 pitch. This time a changeup just above the shoestrings. He couldn't call that one a strike. It's 1-1. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. It's 1-2. Lentz has already had kind of an inconsistent zone, but that is definitely it's a 9-run lead in the 6th strike called to get that one started. You're not even going to hear everyone complain from the dugout. The 1-2 on the way, swung on, and off the glove of Lugo, Ozzie's busting it down the line. He'll be in for an infield single to start the 6th. Good hustle by Ozzie. Ball was hit right back up the middle, and Lugo probably hurt their chances of getting the out by just touching it with the glove. First pitch on the way to Murphy is down below the knees, and it's 1-0. The 1-0 pitch. Inside, ball 2, 2-0. Two-0 on the way. Top of the zone. Called that a ball. It's 3-0. The 3-0 from Lugo right there for a strike. Just above the knees. It's 3-1. You do wonder how long they'll have Lugo go out there. You know they'd like for him to eat some innings with such a big lead. He's pitched pretty well his first 2 outings. You got to give it to him. The 3-1 pitch inside for a ball 4. You know, the biggest thing that I think about this, because I thought about this before the game started, and now even more so now, you know, that now that he's pitching a very good game against formal lineup on the road in Atlanta, Lugo was never really given an opportunity to be a starter in New York. He's pitching well. And the Mets, one of their biggest Achilles heel right now is that they have no depth at starting pitching. I do wonder what Mets fans think of that, because he didn't sign a very big deal to go out there to San Diego, so it wasn't like it was the money. Quick mound visit. Braves faithful starting to do the chop. They got to have something to cheer for. We're down by 9. There is nobody on. Nobody out with 2 on. Runners on first and second. And Eddie Rosario coming to the plate. First pitch on the way to Rosario is a curveball swung on a bang foul down the first base line. It's 0-1. Ozzie inches off of second base. The 0-1 pitch swung on and grounded foul again. Looked like another curveball, same spot. Just inside there at the knees, and he's chasing. It's 0-2. The 0-2 delivery from Lugo. Fastball outside. Did he go around? Didn't look like that he did. No, he did not. And it's 1-2. Standing on deck is Marcell Ozuna. The 1-2 in the dirt. Tried to get him. They tried to get him with that same pitch, but it went just inside where the previous 2 did. So it evens up the count at 2-2. The 2-2 pitch swung on and hit high and deep into center field, but that'll be playable. Ball gets back into second. Ozzie does tag up on the play. So runners on the corners. With 1 away. Marcell Ozuna will come to the plate. Ozuna's 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout. First pitch to Ozuna. They set up outside as a slider in the dirt. Good block by Nola. 1-0. Righty-righty matchup. Just realized Lugo is sitting at 105 pitches. The 106 swung on and fouled down the line. 1-1. It's quite a heavy load for Lugo in a game that's out of hand. A little surprising they're leaving him in there. The 1-1 pitch. Swing and foul down the third base line towards the dugout. You got a 1-2 count on Ozuna. 1 away, runners on the corners. Ozzie standing at third. So fly ball would bring the run in. The 1-2 pitch off the plate wide. It's 2-2. Seth Lugo about to throw pitch 109. Here's the windup and the pitch, and the swung on and grounded over there to Machado. Machado will feed it over to second. It's going to be a 5-4-3 double play to end the inning. So Braves threaten but fail to score. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
Hey, is that a T-bone?
No, there's no T-bone.
Why no T-bone?
Why no T-bone?
Because Neil Watkins from accounting is T-bone.
Look at that. The Hendersons are getting a new fence.
Ah, who cares? They're swingers.
I want a new fence. That's it. We're never having sex again. Need a home loan fast? At the American Bank of Los Santos, we'll help you get the debt you need to make life easier. We'll show you how to look richer and be poorer. You need to impress people fast. Not in 20 years. It's only a risk if you get into money troubles or the economy changes. Call American Bank of Los Santos. Now that the kids have moved out and have drug problems of their own, maybe it's time to install a luxury marble wet bar so you can get drunk in private. American Bank of Los Santos. Why worry about tomorrow if you look inadequate today?
My kids, they don't help either, you know. My kids, they're very smart kids I got, you know. Yeah. But the other day I told my kid, I said, someday you'll have children of your own. He said, so will you. And my daughter, too, she's no bargain either, my daughter. You kidding? She's been picked up so many times, she's starting to grow handles.
Armchair.
Why do you suppose people want to listen to you?
I think they know that I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be fair. I don't have a hidden agenda. Not many people on TV that you can say that about. The people like, you think our team sucks? I'm like, yeah, I only think that because they suck. It's just basketball. We're not solving inflation. We didn't just get back from Afghanistan.
Past 2 weeks, you've been reading about a bad Greg. Today, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth. That I might have been given a bad break, but I've got an awful lot to live for.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. The Atlanta Braves, San Diego Padres head to the top of the 7th inning. Been a rough one tonight. Braves trail at 10-1. Time to hit the birthdays here on Braves Country Baseball. Happy 38th birthday to David Robertson, relief pitcher for the New York Mets. Been with the Phillies, Yankees, and Cubs. Luis Arias turns 26, who just joined the Miami Marlins this year, previously of Minnesota. He's got a lifetime batting average of .317. Jimenez is on, and the first pitch is off the plate for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0 pitch to Jimenez is inside ball 2-0. Righty-righty matchup. Jimenez and Nola. The 2-0 pitch swung on and popped up high in the sky. Making the catch is Arcia, and there's one away. Graham Lloyd turns 53 today, relief pitcher for the New York Yankees for the 96 and 98 World Series winning New York Yankees. Dennis Quaid, actor, turned 69 today. Little Nas from Lilith Springs, Georgia, originally Montero Lamar Hall, he turns 24, and that's your birthdays. Fastball on the way to Grisham. Misses outside for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0 in the dirt. Did he go around? He did. It's 1-1. Grisham didn't like the call, but once again, it's 10-1. Ump's not going to give you the benefit of the doubt. The 1-1. Fastball swung on and missed, 95 mile an hour. One of the faster fastballs I've seen from Jimenez dating back to the spring. Good sign that his fastball's starting to come back to life. That was a good one. The 1-2. Fastball out wide. It's 2-2. The 2-2 pitch. Down below the knees. Slider, ball 3, 3-2. So you got a full count now. One away. Grisham. Azakar, the number 9 hitter, standing on deck. The 3-2 pitch from Jimenez. Fastball swung on, hit hard down the right field line. Is that going to stay fair? It's over the wall. Looks like it's Foul. It is barely foul. Grisham already rounded first base. He thought that was out, and it was out. It's just about 5 foot to the right of the pole. Little souvenir for the fans, the faithful out there near the chop house that have stayed around. Three-two pitch from Jimenez. 5 seconds left on that pitch clock. Here's the windup, and ball is swung on and hammered down the right field line past first base. Foul. We'll do it again with a full count. Joe Jimenez, 3-2 pitch swung on and hit high and deep into center field just before the track. Hilliard will camp underneath it for a loud out number 2. Next time we see these Padres a week from tonight, hopefully Grisham's cooled off a little bit. He's starting to heat up. So that'll bring Azekar, the right fielder, the number 9 hitter. Righty-righty matchup. First pitch is an off-speed slider in the dirt. For a ball, it's 1-0. 1-0 to Azekar. On the way, swung on and fisted foul. Evens up the count at 1-1. Braves Country Baseball will be back Tuesday night, 7:20 first pitch versus the Cincinnati Reds. Kyle Wright's debut. Pitch on the way. Fastball right there at the knees. Good pitch by Jimenez. Might have been a wide strike. We'll take it. It's 1-2. The 1-2. Swing and fouls it down the line. 1-2 once again. The 1-2 delivery. Swung on and missed strike 3. And that'll end the inning. 3 up, 3 down. Haven't been able to say that much tonight. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country. Get up and stretch for the 7th inning.
All right. I can't see you. Let me hear you. A 1, a 2, a 3.
Katie Casey was baseball mad, had the fever and had it bad. Just to root for the hometown crew every stew. Katie Blue. On a Saturday, her young beau called to see if she'd like to go to see a show, but Miss Kate said no. I'll tell you what you can do.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and cracker jacks. I don't care if I ever get back. Let me root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3, stretch around and be home all game.
Katie Casey saw all the games, knew the players by their first names, told the umpire he was wrong all along. Good and strong. When the score was just 2-2, Katie Casey knew what to do. Just to cheer up the boys she knew, she made the gang sing this song.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. I need a peanut and cracker jack. I don't care if I ever get back.
Hey, Braves fans, I'm Mac Magee with Braves Country. We'll be right here on the key all year long, giving you Braves country baseball, pitch by pitch, inning by inning of your Atlanta Braves. Make sure to catch Braves country right here on the key. We go live 3 to 5. And we'll keep you up to date on the upcoming schedule for Braves country. That's Braves Country HD and Braves Country Baseball right here on the key. Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. I find it ironic. You always, if you're listening to any of the talking heads on the Four Letter Network during the week, there were some of the biggest ones that complained about the time of the game and speeding up the game. And yet, and I thought it might be different this year. Once again, when they have a game, the breaks are much longer than when it's just on the local cast. So they complain about it, but they drag out what's normally a pretty tight 2-minute window in between innings, half innings, ends up being 2.5 minutes, sometimes 3. It's closer to 3 here with the 7th inning stretch. I'm not complaining. I just find it very ironic that it's always the Four Letter Network that complains, and it's always the Four Letter Network that takes much more time. We got a pitching change. Domingo Tapia is coming in for Seth Lugo. Seth Lugo, man, I'll tell you what, he pitched a heck of a game. Really surprised he was in as long as he was. Lugo on the night closed the books on him. 6 innings, 5 strikeouts, 4 walks, 1 earned run, threw about 110 pitches. First pitch on the way from Tapia to Arcia is inside for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0 pitch on the way down below the knees, 2-0. To Arcia from Tapia. Righty-righty matchup on the way inside, ball 3-0. 96-mile-an-hour fastball, a little too close for comfort there. Arcia had to bend out of the way. The 3-0. Right there, knee for the strike. It's 3-1. Tapia, haven't seen him yet. He's 96, 95, 98-mile-an-hour fastball. The 3-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Easy 96 on the inner cut. Full count to Orlando. On the way, swung on and fouled off the plate. We'll do it again at 3-2. The 3-2 pitch. On the way, down below the knees, ball 4. And it's a leadoff walk for your Atlanta Braves. The play-in tournament, all that from the NBA has been set. We'll get to that here in a second. The hometown Hawks are playing Tuesday night. First pitch on the way to Sam Hilliard is taken for a strike right there at the knees, and it's 0-1. Heat and Hawks 7:30. Hawks are traveling to Miami for that one. The 0-1 pitch. Outside, it's 1-1. The Timberwolves will be at the Lakers. That's on Tuesday night. The Hawks are going to have to win too. The 1-1 pitch is in the dirt. It's 2-1. Wednesday night, you're going to have Bulls at Raptors and Thunder at Pelicans. The home team just has to win the one game. The road team has to win two. In case you're not familiar with that. So all of that will play out, and then the playoffs will start on Saturday. The 2-1 fastball, 97 mile an hour, top of the shelf, swing and a miss, and it's 2-2. And on Saturday, pitch on the way, fastball taken all day for a strike. Backwards K, and there's one away. I don't know what Hilliard was doing there. That pitch was right there. That'll bring Acuna back up to the plate. Acuna swings at the first pitch, and he'll rifle that into left field for a single. There's runners on first and second with one away. That'll bring Matt Olson to the plate. Next Saturday, the NBA playoffs will start in full. Celtics are set to play one of the teams from the play-in round, whoever advances, and that's going to be a 3:30 game. The 1 o'clock game earlier that day is Nets at 76ers, so that's your matchup there. And the Knicks are going to be at the Cavaliers Saturday night with the Warriors and Kings as your 8:30 game on Saturday night, the late game. First pitch on the way to Olsen is right there for a strike. Good pitch, good sinker by Tapia. It's 0-1. Then the other games on Sunday is the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, 98 mile an hour fastball. Tapia's bringing that smoke. It's 0-2. Runners on first and second, one away. Atlanta trying to at least put a dent into this. The 0-2 pitch off the plate wide, 97 mile an hour fastball. It's 1-2. On Sunday, you're going to have the other three play-in game winners playing the Grizzlies as the 1-2 pitch is swung on and fouled down the line. The Grizzlies, Bucks, and Nuggets will all be the home teams awaiting the other play-ins. And the Clippers and Suns, as the 1-2 pitch misses high out of the zone, it's 2-2. Clippers and Suns will be, that series will get going on Sunday. None of those times have been announced. My guess would be the Nuggets and the Suns game will be the later games, but you never know how they'll play that out. The 2-2 in the dirt, ball three, full count to Matt Olson. So runners on first and second. Full count. Here's the windup in the pitch, swung on. That ball is laced into left field. It's going to get down for a base hit, and a run will score. It's 10-2 Atlanta. Nah, I'm messing with it. 10-2 San Diego. Atlanta puts a couple of more runners out there on the pond. Maybe at least make San Diego sweat a little bit. Now, as far as the NHL, if you're wondering how that's going, they are winding down their season this week. And their regular season comes to a halt. I believe Saturday is their last game, but it might be it's Friday. Couple of games on Friday they're going to get out of the way for the NBA playoffs to start. If you haven't caught it before, we do a daily sports talk show on 99.1 FM WQEE and right here on Braves Country HD. Weekdays 3 to 5, we talk all major sports. Southern Sports Talk Show. Braves Country today on Braves Country HD and 99.1 FM. First pitch on the way to Riley is taken high for a ball. It's 1-0. In the heart of the playoff season now for hockey and basketball. The 1-0 pitch swung on and grounded foul. I believe next weekend is when the USFL is starting to begin, which is really just the whole thing is odd. XFL should have waited in the USFL trying to play while the XFL is playing and the NBA playoffs are going on and we got Major League Baseball. The 1-1 pitch swung on and hit deep down the right field line. And did that hit? That's foul. It carried him back. Young fan was able to grab the ball. Almost hit the foul pole, but it went well wide of it. Pitch inside, that ball hit Riley. Is he okay? This is not what you want to see in a game that is a blowout at that. Hit him on the arm. He's swinging it. Right there on the forearm, on his right arm. Seems to be okay, though. Thankfully. Very fortunate there because number of things could have went wrong with that. So bases are loaded, one away, and Ozzie Albies takes the first pitch down below the knees for a ball. It's 1-0. If the Braves are ever going to do damage, this is the inning to do it. The 1-0 swung on and grounded foul evens up the count at 1-1. Ozzie Albies digs in. Open stance from the left side. They set up outside. Swing! Hits it down the left field line. Bending foul. Just out of play. And it's a loud strike to 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. On the way, swing and a miss, strike three. Kind of a half-hearted swing at a fastball just out of the zone. About eye level. And there's two away. So that'll bring up Sean Murphy to the plate, and he takes a first hack at the 99-mile-an-hour fastball. Pumped over the plate, fouls it straight back. It's 0-1. Braves Country Baseball, we're here 4 times a week this year. Tuesday night and Friday nights, and then 2 bonus games. The 0-1 pitch swung on and grounded over to short. It's going to be an easy 6-4 put out to end the inning. So the Braves threaten but only score 1. We'll be back in a flash as we head to the 8th here on Braves Country Baseball.
Hey, everybody's attention for 1 minute. Here's something I need to say to everybody. And I am tired of living a lie. I need it to be known. I like fat women, and they like me. Anybody got a problem with that? Anybody? Big girls need love too, baby.
You get a whole lot of something with Farmers Policy Perks. So much, I'm going to have to speed things up. You can get the Farmers Signal app, and that could get you up to 15% off your auto policy. That's just for using the app and driving like the normal speed limit adhering, full stop making lane change signaling human being you are. Get a whole lot of something with Farmers Policy Perks. Start with a quote by calling 1-800-FARMERS.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Hey there, pal. First draft?
How can you tell?
Look, there's a few things you're going to want to know. Kickers go fast. You're going to take one early. And don't worry about running backs. You can always trade for one later.
Cool, thanks.
And one more thing. It's good to have you here. You're my friend.
Armchair.
This portion of the show is being brought to you by Ed's Almost Good Beer. Remember, Ed's Almost Good Beer was brewed in God's country when God wasn't looking.
Everybody had a team. At Orting, Washington, the Fats took on the Leans. In Kansas, crowds watched the Mother Hubbards, men playing in women's clothing. Under guard at Fort Sill, Oklahoma, Geronimo's Chiricahua Apaches played ball against the U.S. Army and won. At some games, a keg of beer stood just to the side of third base for encouragement. Any man who made it to third was entitled to a dipper full.
You're listening to Braves Country Baseball on Braves Country HD. Please like and subscribe today, youtube.com/@Braves Country. Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Atlanta Braves taking one on the chin tonight. We trail at 10-2. The San Diego Padres, Dylan Dodd, just did not have it. AJ Minter is coming into the game. And if you wonder why, they're just trying to get him some work. Hasn't pitched in a few days. First pitch on the way from Minter is a swing and a pop-up, 95 mile an hour. It's 0-1. Always a difficult job for any manager to make sure that he's not overusing, but that he's not underusing his bullpen in 162 games with so many different outcomes. Pitch on the way, and it swung on, grounded over to Riley. Riley's got it, flips it over to first, and it's a 5-3 put out to start the eighth. Even with the blowout, the game's moving right along. Didn't start till 7:10. Already here in the eighth inning. So it should get in well below the 3-hour mark. Pitch on the way from Minter is off the plate wide. Called for a ball to Machado, and it's 1-0. Four-seam fastball, 95 mile an hour, just off the black. The 1-0 from Minter. Swung on and fouled back. It's 1-1. Bryce Elder tomorrow. Kyle Wright on Tuesday. And it should be Strider on Wednesday. The 1-1 swung on and fouled back. Changeup, 86 mile an hour on the outer edge. It's 1-2. The 1-2 from Minter. Lefty-righty matchup. And pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Nasty cutter. Got him coming out of his shoes, and they're still away. So that'll bring Juan Soto to the plate, lefty-lefty matchup. Soto, 2 for 3 on the night. First pitch is a swinging strike, and it's 0-1. Soto also walked, scored a run. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Cutter about letter high over the dish. A single, a double, run scored, raising his batting average to 222 on the year. The 0-2 on the way. Just missed the top of the corner. Surprised he didn't call that a strike. As liberal of a strike zone as he had, especially the second half of the game with it being out of hand. Instead, we'll go back at it. 1-2 to Soto. Murphy sets up on the outer edge, fouled back. Do it again at 1-2. 1-2 on the way. Minter kicks and deals. Misses off the plate. It's 2-2. The 2-2 delivery. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and Minter sits down Soto on strikes. Soto kind of tips his cap to him. And I don't know why, but they just set off fireworks. We'll be back in a flash here, heading to the bottom of the 8th here on Braves Country.
Hey, does Tay Diggs follow you on Twitter?
No, but Kraft Singles does.
Big news and the big games covered in the Big Ten by the Armchair quarterbacks all year long.
Averaging just under 38 on 44 kicks this year. Nice high kick, got a little wind under it, and it runs Howard back. Look at that. Oh, my goodness. One man. Goodbye. Hello, Heisman.
Well, the ball is actually a little short of the 1 yard line now. It is 4th down, the final play, unless they can stick it in the end zone. Andre Johnson, Roscoe Parrish, and Kellen Winslow, and Dorsey under pressure. Throws it! Incomplete! The Buckeyes win!
They went to Hickman, and Penn State, well-timed blitz. LeVar Arrington, the All-America candidate, came across.
Well, it was a great athletic play by LeVar Arrington. As you see, he times his blitz very well, leaves his feet, and hits Hickman in the backfield.
Big Ten football covered in the Southeast by the Armchair quarterbacks.
Hey, can I tell you one thing? That's 3 holding penalties on one football team in a quarter and a half. That ain't funny.
Virginia, April 3rd, 1862. It is astonishing how indifferent a person can become to danger. A report of musketry is heard but a very little distance from us. Yet over there on the other side of the road is most of our company playing bat ball. And perhaps in less than half an hour, they may be called to play a ball game of a more serious nature. Frederick Fairfax, 5th Ohio Infantry.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. The Atlanta Braves, San Diego Padres, heading to the bottom of the 8th. Braves trail 10-2. Eddie Rosario due up. He is set to face new pitcher for the San Diego Padres, Nabil Crismatt. Crismatt, first appearance 2023, and the first pitch on the way is a changeup, low for a ball. It's 1-0. Righty-lefty matchup, Crismatt versus Rosario, and the 1-0 swung on and fouled back. 1-1. The 1-1. Curveball, swing and a miss. Good pitch by Crismatt, and it's 1-2. The 1-2 delivery, they set up outside. Fastball swung on and fouled back. We'll do it again. 1-2 to Rosario. Standing on deck, Marcelo Ozuna. Orlando Arce in the hole. The 1-2 swung on and grounded back up the middle, and the play is going to be made by the pitcher, Crismatt. It's going to be a 1-3 put out. There's one away. First pitch on the way to Marcelo Ozuna is off the plate wide. It's 1-0. 1-0 to Ozuna. Swing and grounds it over to short. Quickly, Bogarts gets it over to first. 6-3 put out. And there's 2 away. That'll bring Arcia up to the plate. Arcia 1 for 2 with a walk and 2 runs scored. And the first pitch on the way to Arcia is a changeup right there at the knees, called for a strike, and it's 0-1. If you missed the news, Odell Beckham Jr. agreed to a 1-year deal with the Ravens. The 0-1 pitch swung on, and that ball's going to get dumped into center field for a 2-out single for Arcia. Another 2-hit night for Orlando. That'll bring Sam Hilliard to the plate. Hilliard is 1 for 3. A little surprised we're not seeing some of the guys off the bench coming up, but Eli White, maybe next inning. First pitch on the way to Hilliard is inside for a ball, and it's 1-0. Hilliard 1 for 3, batting .357 on the year. The 1-0. Outside wide, 87-mile-an-hour fastball, and it's 2-0. The 2-0. Down below the knees, ball 3, 3-0. So a 3-0 count to Hilliard. On the way, strike right there at the edge of the plate. It's 3-1. Olsen will bat again, assuming they don't take him out. The 3-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. He's due up in 2 batters. So assuming he doesn't come out of the game in the 9th, he would bat second if nothing happened here. The 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that'll end the inning. Braves put 1 on but fail to score. We'll head to the top of the 9th, 10-2 San Diego.
All right, those first 2 were high and tight. So what do you think the next one's going to be? Either low and away or in my ear. He's not going to want to load the bases, so look for low and away. But watch out for in your ear.
This portion of the show is being brought to you by Honest Ed's Used Cars, where every car we sell is backed by an ironclad guarantee that is so complete and comprehensive that we really don't see any need to put it in writing. And remember Honest Ed's motto, if any used car dealer anywhere in the country says he can sell you the same car cheaper than we will, then he's even a bigger liar than I am. And remember, if you'd like to learn one of life's most valuable secrets, just send $20 to the announcer in care of this station.
Armchair. For all you beginners out there, chip and putt. Everybody in golf that plays on a professional level can hit a driver. They can hit a 5-iron. They can hit a 6-iron. But it's 125, 150 yards in. That means a lot. Nobody ever talks about it. No guy that wins a golf tournament ever talks about, well, I hit that wedge from out of the rough from 122 yards and knocked it like this, got a gimme or whatever. But golf is all about 150 yards.
Soldiers in both armies played ball whenever and wherever they could, just like boys, one of them remembered.
If there was any transforming incident in the history of baseball, as in the history of this country, it was the Civil War. Play in the 1840s and 50s was not for the middle class. It was not for the working class. It was reserved for so-called gentlemen. Play became democratic when it became portable. It became a people's game.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Top of the 9th inning. Danny Young's going to come back out to pitch. Pitched last night. He'll face Nelson Cruz. Cronenworth and Kim are all three due up. Ten to 2 your score, top of the ninth inning. Young, the left-hander, kicks and deals, and the first pitch is swung on and fouled back out of play. It's 0-1. How about this? Tampa Bay Rays 9-0 on the young season. The 0-1, right there on the outer edge, called for a strike. It's 0-2. Now, granted, they've played the Tigers, the Nationals, and the A's as the 0-2 pitch down below. Did that hit him? Tried to jump out of the way. That might have got him. I think it did. He'll head down to first. Sweeper got him. Might have hit the very bottom of his shoe. If you're going to get hit by a pitch, let me see it again, make sure. Hit him right on the instep of the toe as his foot was coming off the ground. So if you're going to get hit, that's about the best place on the planet to get hit. So lefty-lefty matchup now. Cronenworth digs in and he swings at the first pitch, and that could be a tailor-made 4-6-3 double play. There's 2 outs here in the ninth. Got to figure Danny Young's going to be one of the guys sent down. He's pitched pretty well, though. I'll have to give him that. I don't think it's the last we've seen of Young. Came in last night, pitched pretty decently, and it's always good to have that lefty out of the pen. Pitch on the way to Kim is a swing and a miss, and it's 0-1. They'll be sending somebody down when Kyle Wright comes up on Tuesday. And though that may be Elder, a lot will have to deal with what their plan is for the weekend. The 0-1 pitch down below the knees. It's 1-1. And also, if Elder goes out and pitches well, considering what Dodd did tonight, that could be all she wrote for Dodd for a while. The 1-1, outer edge, called for a strike. It's 1-2. Elder's got to know that he's got an opportunity to stay up for the club if he pitches well tomorrow. The 1-2 pitch, off the plate wide, slider missing. It's 2-2. Missed the beginning of the game. Dodd was all over the place and got hammered. The 2-2, caught looking, strike 3. That'll end the inning. We'll take a break. Be back for the bottom of the ninth to either lose it or score 9 and win it. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
You're a cop, huh? No, what I am, Sonny, is about 50 pounds heavier and one hell of a lot meaner, so you better straighten up your act. I don't think I like it.
It all starts with just one thing. Get to know your local beekeeper. You can make sure they don't use chemicals in the hive, that they only sell surplus honey, plus locally produced honeys have a smaller carbon footprint. Find tips and more at onethingus.com. What's your one thing?
Fatigue makes cowards of us all. You can't play fatigued. Therefore, it's up to you to be in prime physical condition. I can't put you in physical condition. I can start you. You've got to keep yourself in prime physical condition, because a fatigued player is a coward. He can't go 100%.
It is the American game. That's just what it is. And actually, it makes you, I'm 81, but I can feel like I'm 15 when I'm talking baseball. I'm watching baseball. This is it. It does this. It can do this to any man. It brings you back.
You got the winning run on second base. You've got 3 very good outfielders ready to deploy their arms. A very good base runner in Dansby Swanson, one of the best closers to ever do it in the postseason on the hill. And Eddie Rosario, who is 3 for 4, he stands at the plate. And you can't pitch around him because Freddie Freeman, though he's been a little cold, stands on deck. So let's do it. Here's the first pitch from Jansen. He does that little shimmy on the mound, winds up, and the first pitch is swung on, and it is rifle neck up the middle. It's going to score. It's going to Dansby Swanson. It's going to come around. It came off the glove. The Braves win. The Braves win. The Braves win. Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. The Atlanta Braves trail at 10-2. And looks like Eli White's going to come in for Acuna. First pitch on the way to White is a fastball for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1 down below the knees off the plate. And it's 1-1. Crowd is really cleared out. Appreciate everyone who has stuck around here on Braves Country Baseball. The 1-1 pitch. Check swing. Did he go around? I'm sure they're not going to give him the benefit of doubt on that. Yep, it's 1-2. Eli White coming up because of the injuries. The 1-2 pitch swing and a miss, strike 3. Went fishing for a changeup. Well out of the zone. Crisbat still in the game. And there's one away. So one out. Righty-lefty matchup. Olsen will come to the plate. The first pitch on the way to Olsen is top of the zone. Just missed. 1-0. The 1-0 down below the knees. Looked like a curveball. 2-0. San Diego 10, Atlanta 2. The 2-0 pitch to Olsen. On the way, swung on and fouled down the line. Changeup down below the knees, well out of the zone. It's now 2-1. Matt Olsen, 1 for 4 on the night. The 2-1 pitch swung on and grounded up the middle, and it is going to be right there to second baseman Kim. Kim flips it over to first, and it's a 4-3 put out with 2 away. So 2 outs here on the bottom of the 9th. And Adrianza comes in to pinch hit for Austin Riley. Adrianza from the left side, open stance, first pitch swing and a miss, changeup well out of the zone, and it's 0-1. The 0-1 from Crismat off the plate wide, 1-1. Changeup to start the at bat. 1 below the knees, 1 outside wide. You can tell the operator of the scoreboard is checked out. The 1-1 swung on and fouled off. From the one that I see, they've got Adrianza hitting from the right side of the plate. The 1-2 pitch. Adrianza swung on and popped up. Should be playable. Underneath it is Soto, and that'll end the game. Braves lose it 10-2. Terrible outing for Dylan Dodd. He's going to get the loss. 4 innings, 7 earned runs, a walk, and 3 strikeouts, ballooning his ERA to 7.71. Lugo will get the win. San Diego takes 3 of 4 in Atlanta. We'll be back at it Tuesday night for Game 2 of the Cincinnati-Atlanta series here on Braves Country Baseball. We'll have Tuesday night and Wednesday night this week, along with Friday night and Saturday afternoon. For all the guys and gals behind Braves Country Baseball, I'm Mac Magee. Have a great evening, y'all, and chop on.
Goodbye, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. We're back tomorrow with another show. Well, unless we're fired, we'll talk to you then. Goodbye, sweetheart. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Guys and gals, it's time to go. We'll see you on the next show.
Same bat time, same bat channel.
Thanks for listening to Braves Country Baseball. With Mac Magee, we're proud to bring you year number 3. Braves Country Baseball comes your way Tuesdays and Friday nights and 2 more bonus games for a total of 4 games a week. You can also catch Braves Country, our daily sports talk show. We go live 3 to 5, 99.1 FM WQEE, Metro Atlanta. Other CBS, ESPN, and independent affiliates nationwide, and simulcast on youtube.com/@BravesCountry. Find Braves Country HD today wherever you stream. Your first choice for Southern sports and the deepest bench in sports talk.
Something of the 5th of September. Something of the 5th of September. She said a lot that I can't remember. Something of the 5th. Can I get another cigarette, please? Can I get another cigarette, please? Yeah, I know I live to regret it. Just give me another cigarette, please. Can I get another cigarette, please?
You're listening to WQEE 99.1 FM, The Key in Noonan, Georgia, home of Braves Country with Mac Magee and the Armchair Quarterbacks, weekdays, 3 p.m. Eastern to 5 p.m. Eastern, right here on The Key and youtube.com/Braves Country.
It's the best in sports and entertainment, and get locked in and locked down with Rhino Radio Penitentiary, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. with your host, me, Ryan O'Neill, each and every morning, right here with the best in sports and entertainment, all the way from professional sports to college sports to River Dragons hockey and everything in between, including some of the very best local and national guests. It's the Rhino Radio Penitentiary, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. Monday through Friday, right here on 99.1 FM WQEE.
Lineup for yesterday by Ogden Ash. A is for Alex, the great Alexander. More goose eggs he pitched than a popular gander. B is for Bresnahan, back of the plate. The Cubs were his love and McGraw his hate. C is for Cobb, who grew spikes, not corn, and made all the basemen wish they weren't born. D is for Dean, the grammatical diz. When they asked who's the tops, said correctly I is. E is for Evers, his jaw in advance, never afraid to tinker with chance. F is for Fordham, and Frankie and Fish. I wish he were back with the Giants, I wish. G is for Gehrig, the pride of the stadium, his record pure gold, his courage pure radium. H is for Hornsby. When pitching to Raj, the pitcher would pitch, then the pitcher would dodge. I is for me, not a hard-hitting man, but an outstanding all-time, incurable fan. J is for Johnson, the big train in his prime, was so fast he could throw 3 strikes at a time. K is for Keeler, as fresh as green paint, the fastest and mostest to hit where they ain't. L is for LaHoy, whom Clevelanders love, Napoleon himself with glue in his glove. M is for Matty, who carried a charm, in the form of an extra brain in his arm. N is for Newsom, Bobo's favorite Ken. You ask how he's here, he talked himself in. O is for Ott, of the restless right foot. When he leaned on the pellet stay put. P is for Plank, the arm of the A's. When he tangled with Matty, games lasted for days. Q is for Don Quixote, Cornelius Mac. Neither Yankees nor years can halt his attack. R is for Ruth, to tell you the truth. There's no more to be said, just R is for Ruth. S is for Speaker, swift center field tender. When the ball saw him coming, it yelled, I surrender. T is for Terry, the giant from Memphis, whose 400 average you can't overemphasize. U would be Ubel if Carl wore a Cockney, but we say Hubble in baseball like football in Rockney. V is for Vance, the Dodgers' very own Dazzy. None of his rivals could throw as fast as he. W, Wagner, the bow-legged beauty, short, close to all traffic with Honus on duty. X is the first of two X's in Fox, who was right behind Ruth with his powerful socks. Y is for Young, the magnificent sigh. People battled against him, but I never knew why. Z is for Zenith, the summit of fame. These men are up there. These men are the game. Lineup for yesterday, Ogden Nash, January 1949, Sport Magazine. Hey Braves fans, I'm Mac Magee with Braves Country. We'll be right here on the key all year long giving you Braves Country baseball, pitch by pitch, inning by inning of your Atlanta Braves. Make sure to catch Braves Country right here on the key. We go live 3 to 5. And we'll keep you up to date on the upcoming schedule for Braves Country. That's Braves Country HD and Braves Country Baseball right here on the key. Casey at the Bat by Ernest Lawrence Thayer. The outlook wasn't brilliant for the Mudville Nine that day. The score stood 4-2, but with 1 inning more to play. And when Cooney died at first and Barrows did the same, a pall-like silence fell upon the patrons of the game. A straggling few got up to go in deep despair. The rest clung to the hope which springs eternal in the human breast. They thought, if only Casey could but get a whack at that, we'd put up even money now with Casey at the bat. But Flynn preceded Casey, as did Jimmy Blake, and the former was a hoodoo, while the latter was a cake. So upon that stricken multitude, grim, melancholy sat, for there seemed but little chance of Casey getting to the bat. But Flynn let drive a single, to the wonderment of all, and Blake, the much despised, tore the cover off the ball. And when the dust had lifted and men saw what had occurred, there was Jimmy safe at second and Flynn a hugging third. Then from 5,000 throats and more rose a lusty yell. It rumbled through the valley, it rattled in the dell. It pounded on the mountain and recoiled upon the flat, for Casey, mighty Casey, was advancing to the bat. There was ease in Casey's manner as he stepped into his place. There was pride in Casey's bearing, and a smile lit Casey's face. And when responding to the cheers, he lightly doffed his hat. No stranger in the crowd could doubt 'twas Casey at the bat. 10,000 eyes were on him as he rubbed his hands with dirt. 5,000 tongues applauded when he wiped them on his shirt. Then while the writhing pitcher ground the ball into his hip, defiance flashed in Casey's eye, a sneer curled Casey's lip. And now the leather-covered sphere came hurtling through the air, and Casey stood a-watching it in a haughty grandeur there. Closed by the sturdy batsman, the ball unheeded sped. That ain't my style, said Casey. Strike one, the umpire said. From the benches black with people, there went up a muffled roar, like the beating of a storm waves on a stern and distant shore. Kill him! Kill the umpire! Shouted someone on the stand, and it's likely they'd have killed him had not Casey raised his hand. With a smile of Christian charity, great Casey's visage shone. He stilled the rising tumult. He bade the game go on. He signaled to the pitcher, and once more the dun sphere flew. But Casey ignored it, and the umpire said, "Strike two." "Fraud!" cried the maddened thousands, and echoed answered, "Fraud!" But one scornful look from Casey, and the audience was awed. They saw his face grow stern and cold. They saw his muscles strain, and they knew that Casey wouldn't let that ball go by again. The sneer is from Casey's lip. His teeth are clenched in hate. He pounds with cruel violence his bat upon the plate. And now the pitcher holds the ball, and now he lets it go. And now the air is shattered by the force of Casey's blow. Well, somewhere in the favored land, the sun is shining bright. The band is playing somewhere, and somewhere hearts are light. And somewhere men are laughing, and somewhere children shout. But there is no joy in Mudville. Mighty Casey has struck out. Casey at the Bat, Ernest Lawrence Thayer, published June 3rd, 1888. San Francisco Examiner.